go check out here now. What?
8,
Little loot box.
Seven.
It just no.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
This one I like. We need to.
Since species.
Spike repair.
Yeah! Fuck your shit! Yeah! Oh man, yeah! Whoa. Do not go outside. It hurts.
Are you kidding me? Lock the boat.
Whatever your menu is, and the bananas are being replaced with fish.
I've got no bananas. No, I haven't got Oh no, we've been replaced.
There are no bananas in the banana barrel anymore.
Now I can finally sing this song. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
I need to highlight that.
There you are.
Oh my god, we just
Brained. Terrifying. Alright, sorry guys. I'll leave the nightmares to that. Sorry, AQ, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize. That's so funny. Talk to Barnes. You've been good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm doing very well. My throat's been a little bit sore-ish, but other than that, I've been good. You have nuggets as well? Damn, what happened, guys? What happened to mine? What's going on here?
Hey. Oh my god, I just spent the last 10 minutes yapping and my audio was dead. Guys, welcome to Sid Spacey. Sorry about that. I was just saying thank you, major thank you to everyone yesterday for the Nintendo Fest. We are playing Persona 5. It is 23 degrees here, cloudy. That was super annoying that the microphone wasn't working. I hate tech. I really do. I love tech. I hate it. I love tech when it works. I think that's a no-brainer. Alright, here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, shut up with your... Atlas is annoying with that. I think their reasoning is they don't want people leaking spoilers. Alright, so we were getting back from the castle when we last stopped playing. And I think we need to get more power-ups from that weirdo doctor.
Let's take him down.
You know what? I think we're powerful enough to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah!
It's finally
All
time.
right.
Are you ready?
All that's left now is to send out the calling card and take Kamoshida's heart. Wouldn't we have just sent one at the beginning of all this? It's not that simple. A treasure won't stay materialized forever. Once the impression is gone, the treasure will disappear. I think it will last around a day at most. The hell? It's like no time at all. Anyways, we can send a calling card right now, yeah? Let's do it and steal that bastard's heart. The
Now.
palace will go away once you take the treasure. Make sure you've done everything you need to. You can now select send calling card out from the hard out. Be mindful of the following things when sending out the calling card. Complete all preparations before issuing the calling card. Once the decision is made, you will return home and begin the next day at the palace. After the treasure is obtained, the palace will collapse and you will be unable to enter that palace again. Leave no chest unopened. You can enter the palace to look for items or personas without sending out the calling cards. However, be aware of the time remaining. Alright, now let's just do it. Been waiting to hear you say that.
Bastard's going down. Tomorrow's finally the day.
So we send the calling card in the morning and carry out the plan by the end of the day, right?
Correct. The effect won't last that long. Are you worried?
Waited too long.
Perfect.
Going to pull this off no matter what.
It's such a simple thing, but that little flash and her turning her head towards the camera with her delivery of her line, so effective, and games don't do this enough. Stylize. They don't do they just have standard boring presentations.
So, who's going to write the card?
Mind you, probably super, I don't think it would be super complex, but I think it would be really hard to deliver a unique style like these guys have done with this game. Yeah, like this.
Leave it to me.
Why?
Why? Why wouldn't it be me?
This is important. Are you sure you can handle the pressure?
I must agree.
I really want to get him good. Let me write it. Come on, please.
Are you sure you can do it?
Seriously, it had better not have spelling errors in it, okay? The embarrassment.
Yeah, if you're gonna call him out, you don't want to be getting his name wrong.
Oh, and make sure they won't be able to tell who wrote it.
I know.
All right then. Tomorrow it is. You'd better not slack off on this.
No bludging.
Well then.
Well, whether you like it or not, the real battle begins tomorrow. Better be sure you're prepared, okay? Man, there's so much I want to write on the calling card. It's kind of tough figuring out what to say. Are you sure you're really capable of this? Don't worry, I got it. I even made a logo for us. A logo? Yep, you'll see it tomorrow. Well, that's worrying. Anyways, you guys should rest up. We screw up tomorrow, we're totally done for. Counting on you guys. Yep, I'm sure we can do this. Just remember, we can't trust any shitty adults. That's why we got to do it ourselves. Anyways, let's pull this off and surprise everyone. Let's go. Really? That time of day tomorrow's the... They won't let you go outside. I wanted to buy medicine. I guess you can't do that. Shit. seem different. Do you always have that scowl on your face? Nothing goes in your way in life. You'll end up failing if you tense up like that. This guy is so stupid, annoying. That magazine caught your eye. We better prepare for tomorrow, though. Ah. By the way, the TV you bought was delivered, right? Yeah, the CRT TV looks like it belongs in this room. It has a tuner, so you can watch basic channels, plus it even comes with a DVD player. Ooh, sweet. Don't you think it was a good purchase? Know what that was for? Do we have to maintain the plant? Thought it would look nice, but now it looks a bit dead. Don't they sell nutrients or something that will bring some color back to it? It'd be nicer if they had some things to put on it. You have to succeed tomorrow. There'll be no second chances. There isn't much you can do to prepare at this point, but make sure you give this all you've got. All right, so basically, you just got to go to bed. Tomorrow's our only chance at the treasure, so it will do, or it's do or die. Let's knock this out of the park. Alright, let's go to sleep. I dreamed that Sajuro and I went mountain climbing, and then we watched the sunrise together. I feel a little closer to Sajuro. Odd. You can get closer to someone by dreaming about them?
A calling card?
Calling card. Oh my god, everywhere.
I heard it was already posted by the time everyone got here this morning.
Sir Suguru Kamoshida, the utter bastard of lust. We know how shitty you are, and that you put your twisted desires on students that can't fight back. That's why we have decided to steal away those desires and make you confess your sins. This will be done tomorrow, so we hope you will be ready. From the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. Wow.
I don't think he would get suspected. That sounded too good for him. And it's everywhere.
Not bad,
Ladies and
huh?
gentlemen,
I looked up a bunch of similar
it's
stuff.
just Dan
It's just
OK has
Dan.
entered the chat.
How you doing? Did you even... Hang on. I didn't even see... Oh, great game. Okay, I was wondering why did the bot go off, but okay. It is an awesome game.
Yeah, I know what you wanted to say, but it sounded like an idiot trying to be an adult.
Your logo's a little
Oh, they're ripping into him. Yeah, hanging man. Yeah, I'm just coming down from yesterday. It's I mean, we had what 30. I think it got up to 50 people in the chat, and I'm now streaming to 1 or 2 people. But anyway, bought to put kiddo in the bath. What? Oh, you're about to put the kiddo in the bath. Okay, got it.
Okay, you know what? That ain't true.
Did Mr. Kamoshida do something wrong? Does this mean the rumors are true?
Wait a sec. Is someone gonna take something from Mr.
I like the rumors.
What's with this weird logo? And who are these Phantom Thieves of Hearts people? We got everyone excited, so it's all good, yeah?
Who's responsible for this?
Look at that. A predictable reaction for someone who knows what we mean by distorted desires.
I think it's hitting him pretty hard.
I like how he's no longer even hiding the cat.
Did you do this? Or was it you?
The cat's just hanging out in the bag.
Was it you two?
What are you talking about?
So you're playing dumb? It's not a problem. You'll be expelled soon enough anyway.
That's the Twitch life. Exactly right. 1 minute. It's like YouTube. You can put a video out, and I've had a video get 50,000 views, and then the next video gets 100 views. It's like...
Come, steal
Oh, wow.
if you can.
That's the first time that's happened in the game, where while you're actually talking to him, you're transferred over into the other alternative world. 99% alert. What?
Judging from Kamoshida's response, I'm sure we had an effect on his palace.
Does that mean the treasure's appeared? We'll be able to get it today,
100%.
right?
It's not just today. It's only today. The impact of seeing a calling card doesn't last long, and it cannot be repeated. This will be our one chance to steal the treasure.
One day's more than
I
enough
think
for us.
I might eventually stream. I mean, I got to be careful in how many games I promise to stream, because there's only so much, you know, time that I've got in a day. But I actually want to stream Persona 4. I enjoy that game so much on the Vita. I played it on back and forth to work, and I just kept getting really invested into the storyline in that game. I was so glad that I picked that up. The calling card has been delivered to the target. You can now enter their palace and steal the treasure within. It's got a goofy walk. The palace.
Well then.
Don't let your guard down. All right, so we need to... There are like treasures that we haven't bothered to get because we don't have a lockpick. Like here in this one.
Let's go.
I do like this soundtrack so much.
I'll reveal your true form.
What does your donor goal say? Ah, the donor goal is adopt a kid. Long story short, if I get $100, there will be an addition to this channel. I can't really say much more, other than it's going to be weird. You'll see.
Enemy defeated. Go, give me more. I'll cut you off.
Yeah, you have to take those two fairies out first before attacking these guys. You really shouldn't be messing around with this.
Useless. It's time. Ravage them.
Joker took one out. All right.
Little Persona!
Oh, Skull.
Alright, get him with a bit of Gary. The soundtrack is effing amazing. Yeah, it's like a cross between jazz and a bit of rock, bit of pop rock, but it's mostly jazz.
There.
What's the matter? That was incredible, Skull.
I like the butts in the background. We didn't get anything decent from him. I thought you literally mean you need $100 to adopt a human child. Australia has cheap children of that. No. It's something weirder than that.
We don't have time for these small fries.
don't want to use up too much of my powers. Okay, gotta buff this kid. Let's catch you a little later. Okay, thanks for dropping by. You're getting on my nerves. This game has got so many kinky crap things in it. Prostitutes, butts.
All right.
You're not too tired after that, are you?
Oh, we got fucking knocked and I didn't even get a chance to recover.
Oh crap!
We don't have time to waste.
Great, we got 2 confused idiots. 3 confused idiots. This is going to be rough.
Sona. Ravage them.
Ow. Ow. And they're recovering them. Great.
Persona.
Actually, I shouldn't use that one because they got a resistance to it. Have you noticed that the cat didn't commentate then because he's confused? And that's using my energy, you bastards.
It all comes down to this. You're just a nasty weirdo.
Alright, that's that one done, and now we've got one left that's just on the ground.
We're getting out of here. You ready?
Job done.
Now let's go take the treasure.
Level up.
I got a new
Cool.
power.
Okay.
All this because of this. This better be worth it. Balm of Life and Pearl. What's the Balm of Life? Revives one fallen ally with full HP. That actually might come in handy. Alright, let's get back before we mess around further with this. That looks so cool.
Show me your true
I
form.
really wish we could just get straight to the throne room.
Let's beat him quick and go straight for our target.
Actually, I think we could. I think I'm wasting my time here with this. I just realized.
Persona. Bam.
Human, stop at once.
Losers.
Now let's go take the treasure.
Alright, gotta go back to that safety room.
All right.
Huh? That was a little too easy.
And we can teleport from here or fast travel.
Yes.
I can see it.
All right, we're heading into the throne room. This ought to be good.
Let's go.
Our only objective today is stealing the treasure. Let's go.
Let's see it.
Better make sure I've got everything equipped properly. I think I do. I just like how they got different versions of the same tracks. And they do it so damn well. The music's just like one of the best features of this game. Oh my god, it is bucketing down out there. I don't know which one of these accessories are the best for this situation. God damn it. It is absolutely bucketing down out there. I think I've got one of the better ones. Alright, we'll stick with this, but let's just get in there. We are in the butt room. What the hell's going on here? The door just sitting open and there aren't any soldiers around. The place is probably undermanned now that they've all got assigned elsewhere. Either way, we win as long as we can steal the treasure, so let's keep going. What's that? Hang on, the roof? It's a pair of legs. Yes. And there's a set of boobs there. Wow. Kinky as crap. Nothing under the stairs? Nah.
I can feel it. I can feel it. Focus.
Just checking to see if there's anything that is worth nicking. I mean, we are Phantom Thieves after all. Nah, nothing else.
It's somewhere.
Just double checking, making sure nothing's hidden. Alright, let's go in. Oh, hope we've got enough to be able to take this guy out.
Oh yeah! The treasure has appeared!
Man, it's huge!
What do you think? It's just as I said. Now we can steal it. Oh, the shine brings tears to my eyes.
It kind of pisses me off. Why is it so pretty? Isn't this Kamoshida's desires?
He doesn't care.
The cat's acting awfully excited.
What's wrong? Is something...
Okay.
All right, that's enough, you
Stupid
stupid
cat.
cat.
Yeah. Forgive me for displaying such an insolent sight in front of a lady.
You were completely out of character, too. What was that about?
I couldn't stop it either. To think I'd be drawn to human desires this much. Doesn't that prove that I'm human?
How should we know?
Anyway, you guys need to carry it.
All you do is bark orders. Still, that was easier than I thought. I thought for sure there'd be some insane
Of course
trap
there
or
is.
something.
This palace will disappear if we take this back, right? And Kamoshida will change too.
That
I wish
should
it was just as easy as getting in there and taking it and getting out, but nope.
Good. Now's our chance.
It's heavy.
To think it'd go so well. I've even found 3 Persona users in the process. My judgment was correct. I made the right choice in making a deal with you.
Ugh. Aircon needs to go off. Alright, we ranked up with that Confidant.
Alright.
You will now earn more XP from Arcana Burst when fusing personas of the Magician Arcana. Morgana can now use Baton Pass. Cool. Forgot about Baton Pass. Blech.
Go, let's go, Kamoshida!
Volleyballed it. His hairy, dirty legs.
I won't let anyone take this. This proves that I am the king of this castle. It is the core of this world.
Rat bastard.
That's how he sees me, isn't it?
Yo, pervert! Were you waiting to ambush us?
I just made it easier to find you. I'll dispose of you myself. Right here, right now.
If they made Archie look like this in the, Jughead look like this in the Archie comics, I probably would have paid more attention to the Archie comics.
That's our line, you sexually harassing D-bag!
What a selfish misunderstanding.
How is it a misunderstanding? You were doing things that you kept in secret from others.
People around me were the ones who kept it secret. Adults who want to share in my accomplishments. Students who have the drive to become winners. They willingly protect me so that we all may profit from it.
Profit?
There are too many imbeciles who don't understand that. Including naive brats like you and that girl who tried to kill herself.
True, she's a total idiot. Letting you manipulate her, trying to commit
Wow, this
suicide.
gets dark.
And I'm even more of a dumbass for not realizing that. No matter what kind of fool someone might be, they don't need your permission to live their lives.
Drop the attitude, you mediocre
You
peasant.
mediocre peasant.
I'm a cut above all other humans.
Above? You mean beneath? You're a goddamn demon obsessed with your sick desires!
That's right. I'm not like you. I am a demon who rules this
Alright, this is where it gets a little bit even weirder.
What the hell?
Oh god.
I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want.
Let's finish this. And this is the first boss.
You goddamn no good shitty brats. Haven't you been taught not to point at people?
Look at the eyes, they're not even moving in sync.
Look! The treasure's over there! We should catch him off guard and steal it! Let's attack him and wait for that opportunity.
Now I've forgotten how to do this, so let's just work our way.
Everyone, let's do this!
I reckon we first should just shoot. we've got these guys to deal with.
Persona!
Decrease attack for one foe for 3 turns. I don't think that's going to do anything.
Go down.
But that actually had a big effect.
Flip of Persona! Bam!
Cat's not really useful here, except to the cat's, I guess, the healer. Oh god! Oh my god!
He healed himself? Is it because he ate those inside there? Alright, Joker! Very
Who's next?
smooth.
Alright, we have to take that out first.
You don't know what this is for, so stop touching it. Don't do it anymore. Got it? I've warned.
When someone tells us not to do something, it makes us want to do it even more.
Alright.
Persona!
Trophy of Obsession. Segura Amos. That's his full name, okay.
Get wrecked!
Man, I wish I had realized that at the start. I wouldn't have wasted all my bullets on him.
Nice one, Panther!
He gets his attack up from that, and he gets his health from the gauntlet. Okay. Oh, that did a fair bit. Okay. I have to keep an eye on the health. I haven't been doing that.
Persona! Ravish them!
Alright, that takes care of that.
This was from what I wanted.
All right.
You think you can get away with doing such a thing? Do you realize who I am?
Kamoshida.
Don't you get it? And yet you still do this? That's even worse. I'll make you regret this. I am the king.
You look down on everyone, but you're seriously lame right now.
We came all this way to steal that. Will you just give it up and hand it over?
Silence! I will let the likes of you have this.
You still have the energy to say things like that? Then we're going to up our game as well.
Do it!
Alright, we're doing an all-out attack. Haven't done one of these for a while, actually.
We won't get anywhere with brute force.
Special orders. In certain battles, you will need to be... Sorry, you will be able to carry out special orders. If these strategies succeed, the flow of battle will turn greatly in your favor. Am I hungry? Be sure to choose the party member you feel has the best chance of success. However, keep in mind that this party member will act separately, meaning you will have to fight with one fewer party member for a period of time.
What do we do?
Go for the crown or go for the treasure. I reckon go for the crown.
I see. In that case, time for plan B. Look over at that terrace. While the others are drawing Kamoshida's attention, have someone go there. Let's steal the treasure without him noticing. Panther's in trouble! Someone heal her!
There!
That's a big help.
He's the healer. I should be using him to do this.
Witness my resolve!
Sorry!
Thank you! Persona! Take this!
Let's steal that crown.
We need to steal Kamoshida's crown. Should I send someone to do it? Yes.
Ugh, gross. Keeps looking at me. Is this going to work?
Leave it to me. Attack Kamoshida! Keep him busy!
Calm down. It's time. There!
Where do you think you're going, Takamaki? You and that damn fat bod of yours!
I knew that he was staring at me. Hey, shouldn't I stay here?
He's gross, isn't it? Look at it.
We should check its affinity.
Order L2.
Out of the way!
How do I send someone off to...
I don't think you have any skills that'll hit its weakness.
Very weak. I don't have the ability to change the baton, hand the baton over. She's weaker than Morgana.
Dare you keep defying me? Looks like I gotta bring out the big gun. Slaves! Bring over you now
Crap.
what? Time for my kill shot from when I was active and rocking it. Kill shot, as in, I'll make the kill!
What an annoying douche.
Let's steal that crown.
We need to steal Kamoshida's crown. Should I send someone to do it? Yes.
Ugh, gross. He keeps looking.
Time to show you.
Ugh.
I can go
Alright,
whenever
we
you
should
want.
send him in.
Gotcha. Keep him distracted by attacking him. That's right.
Feels like he's gonna attack. Keep your guard up.
Persona! Go down!
Now listen up. This school exists because
I know people like that. Kind of sad, really.
you're the only ones who don't respect me, you know?
Yeah, whatever, man. Anyway, now's my chance.
Persona! Ah!
Oh God.
Attack Kamoshida! Keep him busy!
Ravage them! You're misunderstanding it all! I haven't sexually harassed anyone! They came on to me because they wanted to get on my good side!
What a total moron. But at least it's letting me get closer to the treasure.
Damn it! I don't have much health left. Thank you.
Damn it! I need more. Morgana needs more energy, more HP. I think they call that healing. Yeah. Yes, damn, I knew that would miss. I thought I'd try.
Alright, Joker! Very smooth.
His defense will go up, or his attack will go up.
Attack Kamoshida!
You got a chick in that glass. What the fuck?
Go down!
Is there one less of you? No, they're missing! Where'd they go?
Took you too long to notice, moron.
Alright, so we do an all-out attack now. Crash. Where'd they get that line from?
Good. Kamoshida's shaken up.
I think we can do this.
Persona!
Oh, we've just about done it now.
Witness my resolve! Me! Yeah!
Thanks!
I think it's only fitting that she does the killer move. Hey Cameron, how you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone say a big hello to the Bankmaster himself.
I think I finally...
Cameron Huns.
We did it! Wow, I think that was like half an hour.
I leveled up.
I feel even stronger. My max HP and SP went up. Cool. Hey, we got his stupid what?
What's wrong? Not running away? Why don't you run? Aren't you a great athlete?
Sassy.
It's always been like this. All those goddamn hyenas forcing their expectations on me. I'm doing this all for them. What's wrong about demanding a reward?
They make him out to be such a two-dimensional character.
Now you're making excuses? We'll do something about that distorted heart of yours.
Scared right now? You're seeing the same view that Shiho did. I'm sure she was scared too. Except she had no choice but to jump. What will you do? Will you jump? Or would you rather
What game is after Persona 5? There is Persona 5 Royale, but it seems like more just of a added DLC. I don't really know too much about it. Once this stream is over, I'm actually going to start doing some looking into what the difference is. I should reach out to 5-Star Games to maybe get a cheeky review code from them. We'll see. Oh, in the background, you can actually see the cut in the animation of the... Hang on. Keep watching, keep watching. It's like one big picture joined by one line. There it is. Damn. The Persona chick did another song with Sonic music again. What? It's gonna go to a cartoon. Oh no.
Do you want to finish him off? It's your call.
No, please wait. I beg you.
Just forgive me!
Shut up. I bet everyone told you this. But you took everything from them!
But this is not a cartoon. This is actually in-game animation.
I accept defeat.
Shut
You
up!
Take it. Go ahead and finish me off. You do that, and my real self will go down too. You have that right, since you've won.
On!
Who did that?
If his mind shuts down, he can't admit his crimes.
You're kind, Lady Ann.
I've lost. You're through when you lose. What am I supposed to do now?
Atone for your sins.
All right.
You know the Persona singer? Yeah, the one that she's kind of got broken English, but I like it actually.
Hey, just so you know, we don't have time to waste. This place is about to collapse.
Yeah, it's English. Yeah, so this is the actual animation.
We're gonna die! We're so gonna die! Hey, what the?
No fair, you jerk! It's been a while, so I just tripped this.
Like the Sonic CD songs, yeah. Super Sonic Border, Super Sonic. It's actually Toot Toot Sonic Warrior.
That sucked.
Look at the nav.
Look at the nav.
The destination has been deleted.
It's true. We can't go there anymore.
What about the treasure?
Can't understand anything that lady says. You can if you focus and concentrate. It's, yeah. I actually like, I think she's got a great singing voice. It's his gold medal.
A medal? Oh, wait,
That
where'd
was the crown.
go?
What's going on?
It means that was the source of Kamoshida's desires. To him, this medal is worth as much as that crown we saw in the palace.
An Olympic medal. So, that perv kept clinging to his past glory and couldn't let it go.
But this means that Kamoshida's heart might have changed, right?
Probably.
Our expulsion's on the line here.
This is the first successful example for me too. However, there's no doubt that this has affected Kamoshida's personality.
Emerald
quite a
Ranger and I were antiquing some of my games last night. Apparently I have a few valuable ones. Okay.
The entire palace disappeared after all.
I feel all antsy. Ain't there a way to check now?
We'll know soon enough.
Right.
Come on, why the gloomy faces? Be happy. We completed this with great success, you know.
We just don't know if everything's okay yet.
I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Remember how Kamoshida's shadow said that he's returning to his self in reality? Suguro Kamoshida was a skunk. Still, he did seem to regain his conscience somewhat at the end.
Sure it worked. I did not know I had Chrono Trigger DS as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we gotta wait. It all boils down to what's gonna happen to Kamoshida. Or if we're getting expelled for real.
Let's go home.
Yeah. Let's...
I wonder how these voice actors feel like some of their lines or some of their dialogue gets skipped.
Ah, you're back.
Thanks, I finally got to avenge her because of you guys. I'm pretty sure there was no way I'd be able to do anything on my own. So seriously, thank you. I owe you so much. You helped too. You think? I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, that cognitive world was pretty scary, huh? What a mysterious place. I can't believe we actually stole someone's heart. Speaking of mysterious, there's also the matter of Morgana's transformation. When we were escaping, didn't he turn back into a cat even though we were still in the palace? Lady Anne's sure sharp, I'm impressed. Basically, the treasure changes the shape of things. Once that's gone, the power no longer works. Though the real reason why I changed back quickly then was because I'm so incredibly skilled. How's that? Isn't that amazing? He said he's amazing. Yeah, I forgot Morgana is reading these messages too. I think I feel a little better after talking to you though, thanks. We still haven't seen any regrets, but I still feel like weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I hope you don't mind me talking too much. Was it? No. I hope you don't mind talking to me too much. Well, see you tomorrow. You sure look satisfied. Something good happened? Nothing goes your way in life. Let you put your... Yeah, shut up. You're an idiot. Let's go to sleep. Are you planning to play any more anime-based story games in the future? Just recently got the Ni no Kuni games on PS4 on PS Store for a quite cheap while they're on sale. Okay. I was actually thinking of playing Persona 4 at some time because I love the story in that game. Alright, let's go training and get a cup of coffee right after some curry is the best. Be sure to drink it while it's still warm, alright? The temperature affects the flavour. Why is he being nice to me all of a sudden? Let's enjoy the Chief's coffee for now and we can leave that message for later. We did it, now we can wait. Of course, waiting is pretty boring. I wonder what Ryuji and the rest are up to. So he's had a change of heart right now. I don't really care what happens to him, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, say good day to the sauciest sauce bottle in town, Retrokaiser.
Retrokaiser! But it'd totally leave a bad taste in my mouth if he wound up dead or something. Hey, don't say stuff like that. We didn't kill his shadow, so he should be fine. Still anxious. I never thought I'd end up worrying about a bastard like him. It feels kind of weird, to be honest. It's fine. I'm sure we'll find something out when tomorrow rolls around. Right, well, looking forward to it. Donkey Kong 64? I might play it.
Come
Taking a nap
on.
even though you have the whole day free seems like such a waste. Alright. Got told off by a cat.
Okay.
I hear it's Golden Week, though I guess it doesn't matter to us old folks. Oh, it'll be so busy and crowded everywhere. I hope another accident doesn't happen. Yeah, no one's been able to figure out the cause behind that. It kind of makes me feel uneasy. I've been to Japan during their Golden Week and China as well. It does get full on. So exhausted today, recovering from yesterday. And you mean from the show? Yeah, that was pretty full on, wasn't it? It was pretty cool though. I'm gonna save this. Just gonna go on a quick break, won't be too long. I need a refill. Don't go anywhere.
grotesquely generic characters. Kind of okay.
World Heroes, perfect.
Perfect. Well, hero, perfect. Play the game, yeah. Underwhelming title screen. Oh, no way! Bison. Oh, no wonder Capcom were like, oh, come on, man, you're making this easy for us to sue your ass. Oh, so I can't get off the screen because I can't get over how blatant that is. Alright, let's do this.
Where are you? I'm over.
I'm heading towards Essendon Fields.
I have no idea where anything is in Melbourne.
Turkey shoot? No. I'll give you another clue. It's highly regarded and people don't stop shutting up about it.
Is it the Australian movie with Harrison Ford or whoever he was?
No, I just said it's an Australian film.
Yeah, but is it the one called Australia?
No, that was expensive as shit.
I just came. Why bother? Oh, we just got. What the show?
What the show?
What? Talk about a blast from the past. What the show has just done a subscription.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you for the subscription. It's good to see you again, man. I haven't seen you in ages. Thank you for the subscription, yo!
Nice. I agree. A 7. A good music room.
I got a 7. You're giving it a 7? 6.5.
Why is there a shower?
Because why not? Look at the floor; it's all wet. There's water coming into the. I like how you can put a rug down on a. You can put water down a flowing river and just put the rug on. You shall be me, because who have you been all along anyway?
Donkey Kong.
Where did you pick this stuff? Oh, this stuff sucks.
I love it. Favorite level.
This is a pick on Cameron day. Oh yeah, blame the controller.
Then go to notifications. So if you press R1 or RB twice, you get notifications. Then go to party invite requests and then accept. I don't think.
I'm joining.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Now I have to create an account.
Oh, you're still logging in. Oh my gosh.
We are.
Okay. Play Balan Wonderworld next. No. Never gonna happen. And Game Boy Brian's in the chat. How you doing?
Ladies
Thanks for
and
dropping
gentlemen,
in.
Boys and girls, let's all say hello to the one and only Game Boy Brian.
The one and only. Glad you could drop by last night and watch the stream. That was pretty big stream. That's my most successful stream since May 2020. That was pretty cool. And then I've gone from that to less than 10 viewers today. So it's a bit of a a step back to reality is what I'm trying to say. What are you saying shut up for? You guys are so random in the chat today.
Shut up!
What's with the shut up? To Cameron. What's he saying? To play Balan Wonderworld. Yeah, no, he should shut up. All right, let's get straight to the game and ignore Cameron. your daily activities, huh? Well, I hope people start thinking better of you soon. Alright, so what are we doing? Oh! Sauna. Where's the sauna? Bathhouse. Isn't it a bit early to use the bathhouse? I'd say relax your body at night. Shut up, cat. I'll take a bath whenever I want. He's right, though. Oh, you can't do anything down here. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize that was the back alley's entrance to the station. Damn it, I missed Japan! Shibuya. I've been saying Shibuya. Shibuya. I don't actually know where I'm meant to be going.
What do you want?
So we can buy Coolify Pad, sucks the heat out of your body, hand warmalizer, and static gum. Nah, all good. Big Bang Burger. Actually, could do with a Big Bang Burger now. Miss Japan too, and I've never been, he says. And what's really annoying is that I'm playing a game where it's based in a station that I've actually been to. I've never seen this homeless guy before. Something wrong, though it's nice that you're paying attention to someone like me. You're young, so let me give you some advice. Make sure you don't fall over to this side of life. I don't mean to scare you, but anyone can end up like this if they're not being careful. What a weird addition to a game. I don't know, Yakuza 7 makes being homeless look fun. Yeah, it ain't. Is this an... Oh, it's an ad for a fake product? Sapphire. A new single, Dropkick, now on sale. There's nothing you can do here, let's go somewhere else. Oh, okay. So now this is my favorite part of the game. You just get to explore. HMV, a little bit of a cheeky, yeah, product placement. Been to a HMV in Japan. So yeah, once again, this is where I filmed my Japan video. G'day invaders, welcome to Sin Spacies, and I am live in Japan at Shibuya. And yeah, I was meant to meet another YouTuber, and that didn't work. That fell through. I was really annoyed. I'm scheduled to give a speech here tonight. If you're interested, I'd love for you to come. I want young people like yourself to hear it. The speech highlights a person's ability to attract others. What's your take on this guy? I sense experience emanating from him, so he may be good at it. If that's the case, we should go. But it's at night, so we won't be able to attend the other without the chief's approval. Oh God. So yeah, today, well, yesterday was the start of my 2-week holiday.
Oh.
And I haven't really done anything except the Sin Spacey show yesterday. That reminds me of the music from Rogue the Bat's exploring stage. It does actually, you're right. It's pretty busy around here. Welcome, may I take your order? Huge coffee. Oh, hot coffee. Nostalgic steak. I got it. I'll be right back with your order. Shut up, Cameron. Just, you know.
Shut up!
There's a lot to snack on while you're studying. The proportions are definitely grand. You sure look happy. Did you savor the taste of Grandma's kindness? What? Alright, so knowledge went up. Our kindness went up. What the?
Alright.
Hey!
Diners in my suburb are shit. It says Cameron. I may have to do that on my birthday. What? I wish I could go to a diner, and I can. There's one down the road. There's no there's a cafe. There's a cafe that serves on the outside. There's a cafe that you can sit in, but you know, COVID is restricting a lot of things there. There's another cafe which I haven't explored here, and that's it. I think there's 3 cafes. There's 2 pie shops in Oatley. One that everyone keeps going on about is really good and the best. But there's another pie shop which no one talks about, and I actually find that better. So the knowledge went up as well. Yeah, that was what I was wanting to push up.
All right.
Well, that should be enough for today. Come on, let's go home. In my suburb, on one side of the street is 2 rundown cafes, and on the other side, there's 4 different massage parlors on the one side of the street. Ooh. I need a ooh sound. The train stopped. Was it another one of those psychotic breakdowns? Has another minister resigned? What's going on? So there's 2 subplots going on. You were dealing with the teacher and all that bullshit with him and his ego and all the rest of it. Meanwhile, there's like a major, bigger story arc going on at the same time. That's a huge name. We're going to call you Minion Stop. Thanks for dropping in, Minion. Glad you could join. We're just playing Persona 5. And recovering from yesterday's episode of the Synth Spacey Show, which is one of my biggest streams, well, since May 2020. It was huge. They may be nuts swinging that knife around on a train. There are too many crazy people. Where are all the sane people? Japan's quite often got cartoons or anime about Tokyo going to shit. Seems to be like a common theme in their cartoons and anime. Persona 5 has really a good soundtrack. I'm not going to prove you wrong. I think Persona 4 soundtrack was awesome, and I didn't think that could get beaten, but this has got a really good one. I went to Sihu today and told her we settled things with Kamoshida. She still hasn't regained consciousness, but I had to go make amends. What do you mean? You didn't do anything wrong, right? It's not your fault. But I wasn't there when she needed help. I'm a failure as a friend. I have to do all I can to make up for that, starting now. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be able to move on. Man, I didn't know you were so passionate. I totally didn't notice that back in middle school. I think it's because of you guys, I'm a little embarrassed though. Anyway, I hope we can keep helping out I'll start again. I hope we can keep helping each other out from now on too. Alright, cool. What are you guys talking about? I wish they'd put Persona 4 Golden to the PS4 5. Get it on Steam. You got a PC, load up Steam, buy it on there and play it on your PC. It would be more convenient. You're right. You know where they should port it to? Switch. I don't know what. PC is a poor man's Xbox. Who gives a shit? What kind of an attitude is that? Who cares? If you can play the game that you want to play and you've got the means to play it, play it. What a bad take. Game Boy Bro says, I should admit I was practicing for playthroughs of the other King of Fighter games when the collection arrived. I was playing King of Fighters 94 during your stream and defeated Rugal. Cool. Hang on. Cameron says I gave it to you. Are you talking about the broken Xbox that you gave to me in pieces? Thank you. It's still sitting. It hasn't moved. It's still at the steps downstairs. I haven't done anything with it. No, Persona 4 Golden. You didn't give me that. Did you give me that? I thought I bought it. I gave it to Emerald Rangers. I had it on PS Vita. Cameron, you're losing the plot. You don't even know what you gave who. I thought I bought that. Actually, no, you didn't give it to me. I've got it. I've got a digital copy. I don't have a physical copy. I don't even know where my Vita games have gone to. And I don't know where my 3DS games have gone to with the move. All sorts of people will gather in the big city. Crooks are everywhere. Oh, we should go, yeah, to the onsen. Actually, you know, if an onsen or a bathhouse doesn't get its water from a natural source, it's actually not an onsen. The onsen part comes from the fact that it's getting its water from a natural water source. If I use bathhouse, I think I could come out of for a bit more charm than I had before. Do you get charming if you go to bathhouses? Let's go in. I like King of Fighters 99. If that's what you're talking about there. I don't know if I could spend an evening in a bathhouse sitting next to old wrinkly guys like that. The bathhouses I've been to are huge. So they're about the size of a basketball court stadium. And they got little different baths and showers and stuff everywhere. And for Westerners, it can be awkward to go to a bathhouse or an onsen for the first time. Because as you can see here, Mr. Skinny has got nothing on but a towel wrapped around him. You don't go walking around showing your junk. You do walk around with the towel around you. But everyone else is naked and no one's staring at you. Actually, I lie. Because when you're there, you're probably going to be the only Westerner if you're a Westerner. Or white guy like me. And yeah, they do kind of stare at you. And for me, it would be super awkward because I've got operation scars and they stand out. So that would be, actually, come to think of it, I haven't been to a onsen since I've had operations like that. So that's going to be weird. When I went in 2006, I had no scarring or anything back then. And I had no shame. There was nothing to hide. But now, yeah, it might be a little bit more awkward. They'll think you're a Yakuza. No, they'll think I'm a fat old white guy that's had operations. Alright, we ranked up in charming. Oh, we've increased to head turning. Oh! Come now, come on, we should get home before you get cold. Skippy stole your wallet. What? Just say that you were mugged by a kangaroo. I have no idea what you're talking about. Actually, Emerald, are you wanting to join in on the chat? Let me know.
Hey!
Are we able to grab a seat? Why don't you read something until we get there? All right, just one moment. I'm gonna pause the stream, get the old Discord set up, and when I come back, we're gonna have to listen to what Emerald Rangers has got to say. Won't be long.
Nice. I agree, a 7. A good music room.
I got a 7. You're giving it a 7? 6.5?
Why is there a shower?
Because why not? Look at the floor; it's all wet. There's water coming into the. I like how you can put a rug down on a You can put, yeah, you can put water.
Hang on,
down
I
the
gotta
flowing
rush
river
off to the
and just put
bathroom
rock on-
quickly, sorry.
I got a lot of cool Sonic stuff, but this is probably up there with one of the best Sonic items I've got in my collection. Yes, it's a special screening, so I have to wait. Disc is unreadable. No! What? No! How's it unreadable? And it just wipes you out of the game. Because so far we've only got project names, which is Scarlet. And the other one is, you don't know the other one, the Xbox.
No. Xbox. Xbox.
Thank you for that, Tiger Max. I think that's very appropriate. Okay, Unsocial Ben is having buffering issues with the stream. I'm so sorry. We're not in the chat. Deal with that.
Okay, cool. We're back. We're just waiting for Emerald Rangers to do what he's got to do. I am not getting any audio coming through my headset, so I hope that when he comes back, he's not talking into the never. Audio monitoring, I'm going to change it to this. Hope that works. So many different settings, and I'm really strongly thinking of changing from Streamlabs because it always resets all my settings and it's annoying. Like, not just a little bit, it's like super annoying. Well, we'll let you know if I can hear him. No, you won't be able to hear him if if its settings are wrong. That's the point. That's the problem. If you guys can hear him, then I will be able to hear him. He's trying to talk, and I can't hear him. All right, hang on a sec. I can only tell that he's trying to talk because there's a green line going around his box when he's yuttering away. Hang on, the output is going to my Yeti mic. Oh, this might not just be plugged in. Still trying to talk and we still can't hear him. Emerald, can you turn your camera on and just give me a thumbs up if you are trying to talk? I can't tell. Anytime now. Sorry about this, guys.
I'm back.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hang on, I gotta try and work out your audio. Can you speak again? No.
Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing today?
Super loud, super clear. I'm gonna turn mine down. Okay. Wow. I love technology. I do need to get a mixing thingo. It would make life a lot easier.
Game Boy Brian, by technical issues, by technical issues, do you mean, fuck it, I'm messing up here.
Psychological issues?
Stomach issues more so.
Wow. Why, what's wrong?
Nothing, just coffee kicked in and I had to rush off.
Ew. All right, let's go back to the game. Oh, we can read a book now. Okay, I'm on the train. I've been on the train for a long time in this game waiting for you. Playing the game, we're going to learn how to pick up chicks. Damn it. And now I can hear all those sound effects in the headset. Great. Alright, so we're reading a book about how to pick up chicks. And he's looking at it with a bit of provocative look on his face. It was just a sleazy book about picking up girls, but it did have some good tips on being charming. It's called Playboy. You ever read a Playboy article about how to pick up chicks and stuff like that? It is so cringe. And half the time the points that they're making are just wrong.
Well, I've got a vintage issue of Playboy around somewhere. Haven't actually read those kinds of articles in there yet, but surprisingly, I really do like the articles in Playboy. They're actually quite well written.
Some of them are.
There's some of them.
I wonder if Kamoshida's really had a change of heart. What if we failed? That's all I've been able to think about. We have to believe. Gotta do what? You gotta believe. How much of a missed opportunity was Papa the Rapper? He should have been the mascot for Sony. He should have been their mascot.
We should have had more games too. They only had like what 3 of them, which
and it was
one of them wasn't even his.
Hey?
Yeah. And one of them wasn't even bloody his.
Yeah, that's right. They gave it to Langley or whatever it was.
Lammy.
Yeah. Shouldn't have said that. Emerald will take advantage. What are we talking about?
Playboy.
All right. We did do. Yeah, the clips from yesterday's show. You managed to make quite a lot of highlights. I need to go through and clip it and do a clip package, but you managed to make most of the highlights on yesterday's one.
Nice. I was expecting Top Loader or Chunt to do that, but
I wish I had a moderator that did stuff like that. We're getting raided. Older Cookie is giving us the old raid treatment. Thank you for dropping in. Hang on.
Aldo Cookie.
Aldo Cookie? Aldo Cookie?
Aldo Cookie.
It's a raid, ladies and gentlemen.
And this here is my Twitch channel, Since Spacies, and you're probably wondering why are you going to bother to click on that follow button. I'll give you a few different reasons. I used to work in the gaming industry back in the day. I used to work for companies such as Hyper Magazine, Megazone Magazine, The Gamesman, and the big one, Sega! Oh wow. Yeah, I used to work for those guys too. So yeah, I used to take calls on the Sega hotline, helping kids out with Alex Kidd, Sonic. So that was something from my past. Also, just more recently, I featured on the front page of IGN.com. That's right. So I'm very active in the gaming community. Drop by into my channel sometime. Have a quick look at my channel. Also, I'm on YouTube as well. And you can also have a look at synthspacies.com. I've got cool merch there as well. Hope to see you guys dropping into the chat soon. Have an awesome day.
How you guys doing? Yes, we're just playing Persona 5. Coming down from yesterday's big stream. Yesterday I hosted episode number 30 of the Synth Spacies show. And it's a show that I do once a month where people send in their questions via video. I played them out. We answered them. And it was part of Nintenfest. And Nintenfest is a 62-hour stream that goes around the world. And it was huge. We had like 50 people in the chat, which for me, for my channel's big. It was my biggest stream since May 2020. So I'm happy with that. That was a pretty good effort. And we got Shankled in the chat, Outer Cookie himself or herself. Thank you very much for joining in, and also Positive Puppet. I hope you like my little raid message too, by the way. I'm going to do a little shout out to Outer Cookie. Hope it's nothing too weird. This is Gamble. I have no idea what your shout out's going to be.
Oh no, it's probably going to be another Cameron one.
Die. Oh, shit the bed.
I need to moderate those clips.
No.
Oh, there we go.
What is that?
Yes.
Yes!
That
Dark
looks like Dark
Souls?
Souls.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Middle
One
finger
of
to
them.
you!
Middle
Up
finger
your
to you!
anus, you fiery bastard, you!
That's a great clip. I always, it's like a roll of the dice when you roll those clips. You don't know what they're going to play. That was a good clip. You die, you fiery bastard, you. I like that. Hey, how you guys doing? We're going to continue on. What the hell was that? That was Dark Souls. I don't play Dark Souls. That's, yeah. My life's too short to be playing Dark Souls. Let's just get straight. We just finished beating the first boss of Persona 5, and now we're
Finally.
just, yeah. So you missed it. You didn't catch that. So we're just now wrapping up to see what happens as a result of that. Top tier gameplay there, says Shankled. We're able to, I forgot to change my lights over because I haven't had any alerts go off during this stream. Okay, we'll be able to avenge Shihu, and you won't get expelled. After break, we'll be able to laugh together. Oh, you've rebranded. You used to be the Angry Puppet. I thought you sounded familiar. But then I thought, oh, just Brits sound the same. I got that wrong. Why did you, what's with the rebranding? Why can't you be the Angry Puppet? What happened to Angry Puppet?
It must have got too angry and left him.
I'm not angry. I got tired of being angry all the time, he says, I think. No, he didn't say that. I'm just making that up. Middle finger to you, you fiery bastard. I'm going to remember that line for a while. Who the hell's this teacher? Why do the teachers all dress up like they're hot? Ms. Chuno. Hi everyone, how you doing? These days, it's expected that you know colloquial English, even idioms based on other languages. In other languages, I want you to forget that you're Japanese during this class and make yourself believe you're a foreigner. What's important is becoming someone else. In this day and age, being able to swap your mask depending on the situation is a critical talent. She's teaching people how to be two-faced. How will you fare, Mr. Spaceys? Here's a question. Are you a wonderkind? See if you can work out the answer based on what you know. What's a wonderkind? Are you a wonderkind?
Wasn't that old show on Channel 9? No, that was Wonderworld, wasn't it?
No, that was Channel 10, Simon Townsend. Is that what you're thinking of?
I didn't grow up with that one. I grew up with the 90s
With the rebranding, the rebranding. And they had Katrina Roundtree.
Yeah.
That was how she got started. And now she's like, is she still doing? I think she's still doing those travel shows, but she's gone quiet. She's gone quiet. And she was in a sex tape. Yay! There was a sex tape that was released in the early night. That was like, oh my god, that was like when internet was still maturing, if I can even use that term, and sex tapes were becoming to be a leaked thing. She was one of the first online.
Damn.
And Elle Macpherson's sister, Mimi Macpherson, was another one.
And you had Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee.
Yeah, that goes right back to the 90s, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I remember the...
Aldo Cookie says, I stopped using the puppet, so it made sense to have a change. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So it's like kind of like Hey Hey Saturday when they lost Ozzy Ostrich. They just... what did they say? You know the show's in trouble when the ostrich is gone. Well, it seems to me we need to work out what that is so we can answer her properly. My German is a little rusty, but I'll give you a hand if I can. First off, the wonder part probably means wonder.
Wanderer.
Wonder.
Wanderer. Wonder.
Right, wonder. So something wondrous, I guess, or impressive. The next kind part, that's probably child.
I know what that word wonder.
Child.
A child? I thought it was Elmer Fudd trying to pronounce thunder.
If the kind in kindergarten refers to the kids in it, yeah, that's got to be it. Kind means a child. and or at least a young guy in your case. So Wonder King would be a Prodigy, a Curious Child, or a Persona user. I'm going with Prodigy.
Smack my bitch up.
That's right! Yay! Shao Kahn is such a dick. What? I said something similar to Outer Cookie did in that clip, but mine was related to Mortal Kombat. Oh my god, Game Boy Bright. It's always with the Mortal Kombat or King of Fighters review.
Oh yeah, Shao Kahn is such a dick, isn't he? But oh, you also gotta love him at the same time. What other final bosses have the balls to say, "It's official, you suck," as their winning message?
Jeez. I remember when you played Mortal Kombat on Mega CD, and every time he transformed, it would just delay.
Oh, that happened on the PlayStation as well. That got so bad that if you went to the options, you could turn the ability to transform off.
How bad is that? Anyway. But I suppose you were able to think and adapt so quickly. That proves you certainly must be. Oh, and the Greek? Oh, the word talent comes from Greek. Talenton, a sum of money reference in the Bible. The more skilled a servant was, the more coins they would receive from God. Their talent would lead to wealth. He's pretty smart. I didn't expect that. He might not be too bad. You're on a roll today. Yeah, here we go. The head swell. Point up. We're still oblivious though. Can we get ranked up? Nah, we haven't ranked up yet. I said, no, you suck back there at him once. No, you suck. I know you are, but what am I? The English word talent didn't originally have anything to do with our modern concept of celebrity, but the ability to change one's mask depending on the situation surely is a talent given to one by God. That's not too far... What? It's not too far off calling people who can react to things on the spot on TV talents. Talent of changing masks. Does that make us all wonder thieves then? Sorry, you were going to say?
I was gonna recommend a version of Mortal Kombat to Game Boy Brian, but I'm not sure if he likes playing ROM hacks or not. But there is a hack of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the Mega Drive, where they modified it. They added in every single character, you know, Mortal Kombat Trilogy style, but they added more characters on top of that. So it's like the Ultimate Mortal Kombat. Actually, that's what it's called, Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
On what system? That was Saturn.
There was Mortal Kombat Trilogy on Saturn, but someone made a ROM hack of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on the Mega Drive to resemble Trilogy, but they added in all these extra characters that Trilogy didn't have, like all the variants of like Johnny Cage, all the variants of each and every character. So there's two versions of Shao Kahn, which is kind of pointless, but still, when you got access to all the secret characters right away, it's quite good and really quite impressive to see it running so smoothly on the Mega Drive.
By the way, if those who are just joined in and are wondering who that weird disembodied voice is, it belongs to Emerald Rangers, and we're doing a little bit of a shout out again to his channel. Your clips are weird.
I know, blame Cameron for that.
This one's Shantae.
Shantae? Okay.
What? You're doing a Shantae impersonation, then you just went quiet. That was weird.
Who the hell clipped that?
I was just saying, sometimes the clips are weird. Sometimes the clips will be something really cool. And then you'll go to the clips another time. It's just the person watching a load screen. They're like, why would you clip that? You really think he changed? I hope so. Well, yeah. Perfect timing. Oh, this teacher's freaking weird. She freaks me out. Look at the eyes, man. They're like, far out. Calm down. What are you staring at? Study hall will be held instead of PE today. I'm letting you know just in case you haven't heard. Mr. Kamoshida has taken a day off. He ain't here? Don't tell anyone that you heard this from me. But we received word that Mr. Kamoshida is placing himself under suspension. Why would a teacher come out and say that, especially to these two guys that she's been giving such a damn hard time to?
For convenience sake, obviously.
It's such an important time before the tournament too.
I
All
like
they're
Game
thinking about is the bloody tournament. She's a stalker.
Well, those eyes, you want to play the Psycho theme, don't you?
We had to talk to him about it, but he supposedly wasn't making any sense.
Wait, a suspension? That's loud. The talks about your expulsions may be put on hold too.
The talks about
I
your
don't know
expulsion may have put on hold too. I don't know how much more about it though.
Anyway, I've relayed what's
I
going on.
didn't realize it was actually. I can't actually hear the game, so I was just reading it out for no reason.
I'm just noticing how short the teacher is compared to the main character.
Do you know what? I don't know if it's a phobia or whatever, but I get freaked out around short people, like really, really short people, because I'm about 6 foot, and if I'm standing next to someone that comes up to say waist height, I just get really weird around them. It's like, yeah, can you just get back? It's just freaking me out. I don't know what it is. Like, I've stood next to extremely tall people, like even taller than me. I've told you the story. I've been next to the second tallest person in the world, haven't I?
No, go on.
So do you remember Rush Hour 4?
There was a 4th Rush Hour movie?
Okay, there's a scene in there. I haven't really watched it, but there's a scene where he goes to a dojo and there's this dude sitting down, and Tucker is, getting abusive and wants to take him on, and then he stands up and it's just like, holy shit. It's like,
oh, that
huge.
scene, yep.
Yeah. I've met that guy. He's the second tallest guy in the world. Moon Singh Mung or whatever his name is. I can't remember, but he's the tallest basketball player ever in the world. And it's just weird. I come up to his waist. That was freaky. Where would you put him in the plane? Cargo.
Cargo.
Put him up in a box.
You just have him lie down in the middle of the run in the alleyway. Alleyway? Is that what they call them in planes?
The
runway.
aisle.
Yeah. Just have him lie down there.
So when I'm on a flight, I try to get on the seat that's at the front with no other seat in front of me, so I can stretch out. And my wife hates it because there's no TV screen, but I say to her, there's nothing worth watching on the flights anyway, so just bring your own tablet, you're fine. So that's how we get around that. And I've managed to successfully get on that seat quite a few times. So no, I can't afford business class, I can't afford first class, but for me that's like almost as good. I don't care. Man, this waiting's got me so antsy. We should go on a trip or something. What do you think? Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass. What, you busy? Yeah, I'll be visiting Shihu in the hospital after school for the next few days. I can't do much to help her, but it'll be nice to at least see her face. Gotcha, hope she wakes up soon. Go cheer up. Go cheer her up. How can you cheer? Man, that's such a delicate thing to talk about. Like, you say, oh, I'm gonna go cheer her up. What do you mean? She's out of it. She don't know the difference. There's some people though that believe that they would be able to tell. The person being in the coma would still be able to hear.
Someone who's been in a coma.
When did you go in a coma?
A couple of years ago. I think I've said the story live before. Yeah, I've told the story live before in the show a couple weeks ago. I was in a coma, not for very long, but it was one of the most painfulest things that I ever went through in life.
Painfulest.
Yeah, painfulest. But the best way to describe what a coma feels like is like you feel the electricity in your brain just shocking you from the inside. It's like, imagine
comprehend or process that.
Okay, imagine your computer having the blue screen of death.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh so hard, but that's a pretty good way of putting it.
Yes, but the problem is, you hit reset, right? In hopes that it fixes itself. But then you get the blue screen of death again. You'd hit it again, and you get it again, and you get it again, and eventually your brain will reboot up back into its normal operating system.
hang on. I just got to.
It hurt.
What's she doing? I don't know if you can see this.
Ooh.
She's texting and watching. Can you text blind like that? I don't think you could you?
She looks stoned.
Oh, Ikasugi-san, you must be so tired. Don't worry, I'll be watching over you. I'll post online and everyone will know what me and Ikasugi-san share. I'll tell him he seemed a bit tired, so I massaged his shoulders for him. Freak! You can feel while in a coma too, from what I heard. Imagine you could feel the surgery. Geez, no. If you're getting surgery done, they knock you out with anesthesia. I can never.
And if that doesn't work, they whack you over the head with a big giant mallet.
Could you imagine, like before anesthetics were invented, what did they do? They just booze you up on alcohol. But I've been in like many operations, and yeah, I've never had an issue. You just go 3, 2, 1, lights out, and then you wake. You suddenly. It's all seamless. Like you go to sleep, but then you wake up. It's like instant.
Mm-hmm.
And you wake up. And the part where you're knocked out, you're not processing anything. You just you're out to it. You're gone.
Sort of like temporary death, isn't it?
Oh man, that's a bit cold. Dark.
At least it's only temporary. Well, for some cases. Yeah, that's gone too dark now. We gotta lighten up a little bit. Lighten it up. Turn on the lamp. Lighten it up.
Oh, I didn't realize you can use this in this section. You know that ability to see the unseen.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it in the school.
I can feel it.
That's cool. Sorry, I get excited about little things like that.
That's what she said.
Brr.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Alright, so up on the rooftop. I don't know what we really should be doing in this section. I think we should just try and find some activity to do and get the hell out of here.
Tell you what, this is a very nice looking school.
Japanese schools are pretty much like this. And I can tell you from first-hand experience because I've been in one.
I'm not gonna lie, if I had the millions and billions of dollars, I would buy a building just like this and convert it into like a movie studio.
I would just have it as a house, and you'd have 52 classrooms, and you'd spend a week in each one.
make your gaming room the principal's office.
Not really sure. Is someone just pulling a weird prank? Okay, so there's a lot of speculation. I think we should try and work out how to get into this. Actually, you can just fast travel. Feel it. Well, yeah.
Did Star Trek invent fast traveling?
I really would like a good Star Trek, but a JRPG Star Trek game. That would be freaking awesome.
This is Captain Kirk. I have leveled up to level 7.
I have something.
My speed and agility have gone up plus 2 points. My charm has gone down 50 though.
Oh, arcade. We're off to the arcade. It's not a Sega branded one anymore. Damn. That's so sad what they've done with Sega.
Mm-hmm. Regret not going to one when it was actually marked as Sega, because I already missed out on going to Sega World, and now I've missed out on my chance in going to a Sega arcade.
Alright, well there wasn't much in there. Burger Shot. Actually, it's not Big Bang Burger Shot.
Okay, see, Game Boy Brian's still going on about feeling stuff under anesthesia. He says, not in my case, according to my mother. When I had my teeth pulled out, that's when you play the goofy sound effect. Oh! I was put under with that stuff. I must have been out of it because she said I wouldn't hold still and talked a lot. I don't remember any of it. I'm dead serious.
Game Boy
That's...
Bryant talking a lot. Well, there's a surprise.
Are you sure it was a dentist appointment and not an exorcism? I kid.
Actually, not that bad when it comes to, hang on, protein lovers? What the fuck? Sports gym, huh? It's admirable that you want to train, but to go as far to pay money to do it, why don't you just train in your room? That's more economical. So you can't actually go in there. Oh, what?
I'm sorry, when I see protein lovers and I see those pictures, I never would have thought it was a gym. It looks like a strip club to me.
Oh, well, depends. It can be. We don't have time for karaoke now. I'm curious what songs you'd pick, though. Okay, so there is karaoke. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do in here. Yeah, when it comes to getting needles, I'm not that worried. Like, it hurts, yes, I get it, but I'm not like, don't put that needle anywhere near me. I've had so many operations now that it just doesn't bother me.
You'd be like the $6 million man at this point. They have the technology, they can fix you.
Now, I should probably upgrade the guns or, I don't know, the protective gear for some of these clowns that I've got traveling with me.
I've got a question about karaoke bars.
I haven't been to many. I've been to one.
No, you've been to one, but at least, so you should be able to help me out even a little bit. What are the opening times on karaoke bars? Are they stuff that's like open all day, only open at night?
Not in Australia. I mean, in Japan, yeah, but I haven't been to a karaoke bar in Japan. I'll find out for you if you're really that interested.
Because I'm just so curious about like what would the rates be like? Would it be more cheaper in the daytime because there's not many people there, or more expensive because there's not many people there?
I don't know if they change the rates. I don't think they do. I don't think it's really about. I mean, they don't charge you that much to go in. It's you're buying alcohol and you're buying drinks.
So that's where they get you.
That's where they get you, and the drinks are the prices of those are marked up.
I remember going to a bowling alley and ordering a whiskey. Sounds good. Probably not a good idea. One, it was expensive, and two,
it would be really
right middle of the game.
Really good to be just stupidly rich, where you could just go to places like that, buy, whatever you felt like, and just not worry about the fact that it's expensive. It'll be so good. That's what you're choosing. I don't even want the sports car. I don't even want the fancy house. I just want money to be able to go out and just do shit like that. Like, for example, if you're at a hotel, you can just go raid the minibar and don't give a crap. That would be cool.
Yeah, but you probably only want to do that once because the novelty of that sounds like it'll wear off incredibly quickly.
I watched Abroad in Japan's video where he spent a night in a $20,000 apartment.
I haven't seen that one. That's a good video, that one.
Look up Abroad in Japan, his channel. Subscribe to it. I highly recommend. His videos are always good. I'm not sponsored. What am I? I don't know. He doesn't know me. But it would be really cool to just experience that. But after the $20,000 stay over, you'd probably realize it wasn't that big a deal. Like, was it really worth it? That would be sad. Knowing that, I don't know what would be worse. I think being poor is worse, but being a person that comes into money and then you go out and do these experiences thinking that it's gonna make you happy, and then you realize, actually, no, it didn't.
Those people that just waste money without actually thinking about how to use it.
Yeah. Give me a second, I'll be back in a second. I've just got to take care of something. Chat amongst yourselves.
Yes. Will they be able to hear me? Or am I getting muted?
You know what? I'm not going to put it on the right back screen. I'm just going to leave it running here. You can chat.
Okay. Yep. Game Boy Bryant in the chat says, I was still wet. I was still and my teeth were being pulled. It was when I woke up and I used air quotes when I say that. Yeah, because it's not like once the surgery is over, you just instantly like, whoa! I feel great! No, that's someone who had surgery, teeth surgery themselves.
Welcome to the stream.
When I woke up, I'm like,
Aussie
I want to go home. G'day, Aussie Gamers TV. What is up? Yeah, Spaceys has just run off to get a new drink, or so he says. I have no idea what he's really doing, but I'm just catching up with the chat here. And continuing on Game Boy Brian's comment. If that stuff was... the way that stuff was in my mouth, whoa! That must have been fun on the way home. Whoa! I was still with my teeth were being pulled. It was then I woke up and I used it. Okay. I was out of it. I legit don't remember anything after I was put under. Yeah, that sounds about normal. And what else? Oh, that's the question. Is your name Game Boy Bryant or Game Boy Bryant T? Nope, it's really Game Boy Bryant. Yeah, moving on. Okay. I see him. I see the spaceman. He's back apparently.
Here we go. Yeah, sorry about that. Aussie Gamers TV, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. I just didn't miss anything. No, okay, we'll just roll along. Are you going to get your booster shot?
More than likely.
Great, thanks. I was trying to establish a bit of dialogue, but more than likely, okay.
I mean, there's not much to do. I mean, you're not expecting me to say no. That way, no, that would open up a whole bunch of troubles if I said no. Although I reckon it will get to the point where
No, I'm not. If you said no, I wouldn't say, "Oh, you bloody anti-vaxxer" or anything like that. I would be more inclined to find out, okay, well, what is it that you're not really keen about getting the needle for?
Well,
it's called opening up a bit of dialogue. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. But to really answer that question, yeah, I'm more than likely taking my third one. But when it comes to like 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever, that's the point where I'm probably going to be like, yeah, I'm just getting bored of this. I probably won't do it this year. It'd be just like the common flu shot at that point. You'd be like, do I want to take my common flu shot this year? Nah, I can just wait till next year.
We're watching a movie. We're watching... Hang on. It's almost time to start for the movie. Let's grab a seat.
That's pretty decent price for a movie ticket these days. 15
bucks. That's about average.
Hmm.
Oh wow, I've never done this before. Oh, the people just teleport into the cinema. That's pretty cool.
Must be watching Star Trek.
The cat's watching it. Look at the cat. That's so cute. How does a little kid like him have the guts like that? Could really feel the courage of that boy and his attitude towards life. What? You get leveled up by watching a movie. Your guts level goes up. Milk toast is my current level. Well, I need to improve on that. I can't imagine milk toast means anything good.
It just means plain white bread.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look how boring those people look in the train. You're back. You heard anything about stuff happening to Kamoshida? What's wrong? I guess I probably should just ask you about this at school. Did something happen? I don't know. I'm just feeling kind of anxious. I keep thinking about how even with all you did, we might end up still getting expelled. My mum's totally gonna suffer if that happens. Plus, if we couldn't even help Anne or Susie. How do you say that? It's not Susie, it's Souza. Souza?
Let me see. It's
S-U-Z-U-I. Souza.
Suey. No, not Suey. Not Suey! No! Suzzy. Suzui.
Suzzy. Sazza. Saz.
I'd just say it at the second use, so I'll just go Susie. Oh, Suzway.
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 Because he never actually, I don't think I've heard him say the name in the... Thanks, Game Boy Brian. I don't think we've actually heard the name being said out in the dialogue. So anyway, guess I gotta accept my fate. Now's not really the time to be getting pessimistic about this. Anyway, I'm feeling a little better now that I talked to you about this. Thanks, man. Oh, and don't tell Anne I was doubting us. Okay. I can't not think about South Park when I see someone write okay. She won't have anyone to rely on if we're getting all worried about this shit. Alright, see ya. Right, cool. Let's just go to bed. Oh, he's got the job for us? No work, no food. Ever heard of that idiom? Well, if you're up for it, why don't you learn how to work here? I feel like I could become closer to Sojiro. Good on you, Soj. Thanks to the persona, I feel like my bond with Sojiro will grow stronger. Why would I want to grow stronger with that dude? Alright, help him out. You really got things figured out?
He's not telling you off for having a cat in your backpack, that's for sure. Oh, imagine how much that backpack will stink with that cat in there. Farting, pooping. He's probably got kitty litter down in the bottom of his backpack.
It's an intelligent cat that talks. I'm pretty sure you could just say, hey, you know how you did that shit in the bag last time? You might want to just knock that off, please? And the cat would be like, oh, yeah, I thought you were going to say something about that. Yeah, okay, my bad. I won't shit in your bag next time.
I highly doubt that. Cats are dicks when it comes to stuff like that. They just shit wherever they feel like because they think they own us.
No. Instead of saying, he'll say something like, oh, it's all right. I won't shit in your bag next time. I'm just going to shit in your hat.
I'll go in your shoes.
Making coffee. Yep, glad to see you at least understand that much. Oh my god, this guy's a dick. They really wrote his dialogue well to annoy the shit out of me. This store's not the busiest around, but I'm really particular about how we make our coffee here. And I'll kick you out, no questions asked if you serve a bad cup. You got that? Let me tell you, he definitely does things right with his coffee. It goes well with you. Could you imagine getting lectured by your boss and there's customers chiming in going, yeah, I'd chuck you out too if you make a shit cup.
Just tells me that his customers are as big as jerks as what he is.
Jerk cafe.
Jerk bar.
Alright, that's a trade secret. You're free to try and guess based on the taste though. Cheapskate, keeping secrets from me even though I know your food's already stolen my heart. How about a nice dessert then? It's only 300 yen. $3 for a nice dessert. I can do that.
I can go for one of those right now.
Do you know what? Okay, you know Seinfeld and they've got that diner? I've always wanted a diner like that, just around the corner.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Just greasy, shitty, unhealthy food and a cafe and a waitress just going around topping up your coffee all day long. I could spend hours in a place like that.
Yeah.
You got it, Margie.
and every time you're walking through the door, you always hear the bass line bum 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 chicka chicka.
We got a plot coming up here.
Ooh.
Hello there. It's been quite a while, Sakura-san. I heard you opened up a shop, so here I am. I wouldn't have hurt to mention it to me though. That you got a real nice location here, right by the station and everything. Your order? No small talk, that's cold. Oh, but this smell sure brings back memories. You've still got that you're still making that curry? I guess you haven't gotten over her yet. Your order, sir? Has he nicked off with her girlfriend or something? Is that what's going on here? So pushy. I just stopped by and to say hi today, but I'll be back again soon. Bye.
It's starting to turn into a soap opera here.
Yeah,
on the next episode of Shin Megami Tensei's The Bold and the Beautiful.
Have you ever watched Bold and the Beautiful or Days of Our Lives or any of those other shit?
Yeah.
Another World. Do you know that's why they had to change the name of Another World to Out of This World? Because they didn't want to get into any copyright breach.
That's.
Like, I'm pretty sure when people see the cover, Another World, they're not going to think, oh, this is that daytime soap. Yeah, I can play as the bitch.
That would make a great that would make a great like Sims-like game just based on soap operas.
Who was he? Just forget about him. It's none of your business. Anyway, if you have time for the questions, you must have time for learning about bean types. You're not going to be of use to me if you can't pick up on the ABC sometimes.
This is a jelly bean. This is a cocoa bean. This is a
baked bean. A human being. Besides, ladies love a guy who knows his coffee. This isn't. I've never seen a chick that looks at you and go, I bet he knows his coffee. There's such dumb dialogue in these games sometimes. I want the ladies to love me. I don't care about that stuff. Okay, I'll go with the obvious corny line. If only you were disobedient all the time. Dickhead. Either way, I'm gonna teach you right. That way I'll be able to sit back and relax while you work. I feel my bond with Sejiro has gotten deeper. Makes me cringe just saying that. Allows you to make a coffee which slightly restores SP to one ally. Ah.
All right.
That must be some good coffee.
But this is the only way you can renew SP. And it's so limited from memory. Oh, is that the time already? How come you never hear the chiming of the clock until this part of the game? You've never heard it at any other time in the game up until now. Oh, let's start closing up. No slacking off. You got it? Oh, whatever. I feel like my kindness has improved. Gotta be kind to tolerate his bullshit.
I'd say patience more so than kindness.
Kindness. I'm just inoffensive.
All right.
I like the names, the labels they give to your levels of different attributes. Just, what's your kindness level? I'm just inoffensive. Which is like Switzerland, neutral. What are you playing today anyway?
What am I playing today? I'm just enjoying my so I'm not really playing much. I'm just tackling more of the second Mirror's Edge game and probably playing some Sega Bass Fishing. Ooh yeah.
You got plans for today? I still can't just sit around and do nothing. I'm at the arcade in Shibuya. Let me know if anything comes up. Alright, let's go. Got it. Might trigger off a cutscene.
I love arcades and video games, and
hey.
I especially love it when a video game has an arcade that actually has playable video games in them.
But have you noticed that the arcades in the 90s, in now, this era, the ones that are still kicking around, they're bland looking. They're really...
Oh, yeah.
They're dark, edgy, and they don't look as fun as the arcades back in the 90s.
Time Zone, it was quite welcoming with the carpets, the lights, the way the room was arranged.
Game Boy Brian says, more like his patience level. I would have floored that coffee guy sooner or later. We beat Kamoshida and all, but I'm still feeling kind of nervous. I guess I've just got to wait and see what happens. Oh, I'm gonna be doing some training today. You want to come with? I'll probably. Yeah, hang on. You've you said we're gonna hang out and play video games, and now you want to do training? Get stuffed.
he clickbaited you.
Hang out with him. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Awesome, man. Good change. We'll meet at school. I got duped. I wanted to go here to play Virtual Fighter or something. I didn't want to. Yeah, now I'm wearing bloody do you say Adidas or Adidas?
I don't use that brand. But
I do. Yeah, just stop being edgy. Just answer the question. Adidas. Okay.
Adidas, yeah.
So do you know
who the heck says Adidas?
Americans. Do you know how Adidas started? No, actually, I think it's Puma. Do you know the relationship between Puma and Adidas?
They both make shoes.
Okay. More information, as Tony Barber from Sail of the Century used to say.
They both make sports shoes.
They were both run by brothers. They're
Oh.
related. They're related to each other. Now, Adidas is actually Adolf. His name was Adolf. Adidas. And they had a falling out, and so the guy that ended up forming Puma started up Puma to spite Adidas. So they ended up becoming fierce rivalries.
Ah, so it's like the old Twix bars, how one brother makes the left one and the other brother makes the right one.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how that worked. I was training for nationals back in the day, but now I totally suck balls. What the hell do you think I'm doing? I can't believe... Do you even use language like that?
I haven't heard suck balls in
since high
15
school.
years. Yeah.
Nakoko Tashishi. Running, huh? I saw you from the window. What, you're going to try and come crawling back to the track team? What? Hell no. Speaking of which, this was your secret training spot, wasn't it? Well, it's our spot now. You know, for the former track team. We don't even have a locker room anymore, thanks to someone I know. Ugh.
Damn jocks.
Want to train with us? Huh? What the hell's up with this guy? Hold on, aren't you that transfer student? You really want to go? You're really gonna hang around with this loser? You better watch out. He'll hit you the second he gets pissed off. I heard his dad was the same way. He's like father, like son. Oh no, that's some scary
That's dark.
shit.
That's dark.
I know, right? They don't got anything to do with this. Just endure it. I'll shut them up. Hey, what? Quit it. Guess you two are very similar after all. Back then, I don't need to hear your excuses. Everyone was going through the same bullshit with Kamoshida. The beatings, the impossible exercises, but we put up with all of it for the track team. But no, you had to go and fuck all of that up. That's the first time I've seen this naughty word in the game. Ooh.
Ooh.
Man, I was stupid for ever thinking you were my teammate. That's all I have to say to you. I'm out of here.
This is where you need. This is when you need like the sad violin music playing with that guy ranting.
Is that in my list? Let's just see. No, I don't have violin. Damn, I gotta add that. I've got the sound effect. Is it drama?
No, drums are dum dum dum.
No, I've got categories. Fail. So, there it is. I haven't changed it all. There was one channel, I think it's Seth, 8-Bit Dad. His streams have, when people mention certain words, a GIF comes up. And you don't even have to have the exclamation mark. Like if someone just mentions Sega, it will go to Sega, like, and you can say it over and over again. It will just keep doing it. Like,
oh, that sounds dangerous, especially for this channel with cameras around.
I can't do stuff like that because of certain morons that watch my channel. but I just thought it was a really cool thing to have. Do I even have a Sega? No, I don't. You can't do the Sega chant.
Sega.
You can sing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sega! Penis. But you know, you actually helped me calm down a little. I'm glad you were here with me. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah, I was really angry before I spoke with you. Now I'm pissed off.
Alright.
You earn more experience from Arcana Burst when fusing personas of the chart. Okay, I don't really understand any of that. I don't really care. Let's call it a day.
You got dragged out of the arcade for that.
Yeah, I reckon. Now they're just arguing with each other. I should stay out of it.
See ya.
Yeah, it's Beavis and Butthead.
I don't miss school politics. School politics was the
Oh.
worst. So petty. And it was idiotic. Some of the shit. That's why I couldn't wait to get out of high school. I had one kid in particular who I had no beef with beforehand. He found out that I was living in Housing Commission. So what does he do? He starts nicknaming me Howzo. Howzo, Howzo. And that went on for months. I don't know why I didn't just smash his head in. I still to this day can't work out why I did. I think he was a fat bastard. That's why I thought I wouldn't be able to have that.
Oh, they're the worst ones, the fat bullies, because they think they're impossible to defeat because of how big they are. They're like, your punches can't penetrate me. They walk around thinking they're like King fucking Hippo from Punch Out.
Yeah, but if you do try to hit them, they're like hit point sponges. They just
That's when you throw a chair at the back of their head.
Yeah, wouldn't do that.
I would.
I know you would. I just didn't think like that. It wasn't like I wasn't strong or anything. Like the fattest kid in the whole year, we were playing rugby league in the school grounds, which we weren't supposed to do, but we did. And he came charging at me. He had the ball and he was running right at me, and I thought, right, well, I've got to do this. So I managed to do the perfect tackle against him. Had my back right leg anchored into the ground, and I just picked him up and then dumped him, and the whole school stopped. Holy shit! Did you just see what Brian did? and knocked the wind out of the guy. And it wasn't like a fight. This was just me playing tackle, and I thought playing league. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. And it felt good. It was like the perfect tackle. And I've never had that satisfaction since then. I've been able to just grind someone into the ground like that. Stopped him cold too. Not that he had much speed, mind you, for a big guy.
Are you sure this wasn't a wrestling match?
I turned it into wrestling. The only thing that was missing, he didn't have that mask on. I always got into fights, like constantly.
I did too, and yet for some reason most of my fights I was defending myself, and yet I always got in trouble for them. For whatever bloody reason, for defending myself. They're like, yeah, you shouldn't fight. But then how the heck am I supposed to defend myself, dudes? Because this guy is not going to leave me alone. This guy is...
You'd ask the teachers, what do I do if I'm getting into a fight? They said, just stay away from him.
Just ignore him.
It doesn't work, you moron. It doesn't work.
No, considering how I got to the point where my bullies broke into my house just to get me, I had to defend myself.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Yeah. It's okay. The last I saw of him is when I whipped out a knife onto him. They never bothered me ever again.
Yeah, that would do it. Look at the way the cat's sitting down, man. That's just freaky.
What are your thoughts?
My old cat used to sit like that. Alright, we got a lock pit. At this pace, you should be able to make one more. Continue.
Okay.
Morgana flicking at
What are your
himself.
thoughts?
That'd be kind of creepy, wouldn't it?
I know people are debating whether or not Morgana's a boy or a girl. There's a lot of things that make you guess. And my theory about Morgana is he is a boy, but he's been unfortunately desexed.
I haven't played through to the end, so I don't know the storyline. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that Morgana was in fact a girl who'd been put into a boy-cat body. So that's probably an explanation.
True. I'm also sensing a lot of Puss in Boots in Morgana as well, like a cat pretending to be something else.
No good.
Mondays are such a drag. Why couldn't they give us today off too? We have to start the rest of the week starting tomorrow. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Speaking of, what's up with that calling card, the one sent to Kamoshida? Didn't it say something about stealing the distorted desires or something weird like that? Did you have a notice board at your school? Like a place where important announcements were placed?
No.
You didn't? Okay, well we did. Now, the building that was in, I believe that the building's still there, but I don't know if they still call it the same name that we called it. I think it's still referred to as the Donut Building. It's called the Donut Building because it's a square-shaped hole in the middle. So they just call it the Donut Building, despite the fact that it's not round. And there was this guy in our school who was the biggest nerd, like super geek. And he had sideburns, and we used to always take the piss out of him because he had major thick glasses, sideburns. And there was a Mad magazine cover with Hinch, who was the big, like, he's still, you know, Darren Hinch, you've heard of him.
Yep, that dickhead.
He can be a dickhead, but I understand where his fight is
Yeah,
from.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, anyway, because he had a TV show back then, and his saying was, shame, shame, shame. And so I got that, and it was a Mad magazine cover. I copied the cover, and I changed the picture that he held up. It was Alfred E. Newman on the thing that he was shame, shame, shame. I changed it to this guy. I put sideburns on the guy. I got a picture of Buddy Holly, and I made it look similar to him. And I changed it to Shave Johnny Shave.
Oh, that would have been funny if his name was Shane. It can go Shane, Shane, Shane.
Actually, no, I just put Shave, 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 and it was Johnny. And I put just so that everyone got it, I put his name on the bottom of the picture. And I remember putting it up on just before school finished. And the next day I came in, and everyone was around the notice board just giggling and wonder who did it. And I never told anyone that I did it. I was just like,
not until now.
I was just in the background watching everyone gawking and laughing and carrying on, and I thought, yeah, I could go up and say, yeah, I did that and get, you know, kudos for putting it up, but I thought, nah, I'm just going to leave it as an unknown.
And someone else takes the credit.
No one took credit. It wasn't that kind of school. Yeah, it's something like that. I'm sure it's just a prank. No one takes it seriously. Weirdest school conversations you hear in this game. We're going to go for another 45 minutes.
What's with the sudden
Anyone still
warning?
awake out there in the chat? Let me know. It gets like that sometimes. My chats aren't hype. I don't do hype.
No, you tend to do relaxer chat.
Yeah, and that was... Did you watch Gamer... His name Gamer J. Gamer J? The guy that I went to at the end of the stream.
No, because I was so exhausted, I just had to rest.
Oh, really? He was doing hypes and emotes flying everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not against that stuff, but I'm not a hype guy either.
Okay.
Which I think that may be my problem, but I like to be, I don't know, I like to just act like me, a bit more realistic. Because I believe the worst thing you can do to an audience is bullshit them.
Aussie Gamers TV is asking a loaded question, and I know where this is coming from. Before I even read out the question, I'm going to say that I know that this game is not for everyone, but the people that do get into it are really into it. Do you really like these games, says Lucas. Yes, I do. I really do. Like, the fact that there is just so much in the way of story with this game. Like, you find out way more about each character than you would just say playing a shooty game. Which I'm not calling first person shooters anymore. They're called shooty games. I like first person shooters, but there are some people out there that don't play anything else except first person shooters. Do you play any shooty games?
Yeah, I love the original Doom games.
Yeah, but you do vary out, and I'm not talking about Madden or FIFA.
Those aren't shooty. Oh, I guess you got shootouts.
I'm talking about the overly popular, just Call of Duty. There's some people that just play Call of Duty.
I really
FIFA,
don't play.
and that's
I don't
it.
play those, and I don't play those until they're old because I can just find. Because I just find those games to be a bit boring for me. I like to play a lot of the stuff that no one talks about or missed. That's a game I haven't actually played yet. Or games blah, blah. I can't talk
All
today.
right, when you get your ability to speak again, come back and join me.
Okay, take two. I tend to enjoy the games that people tend to overlook and aren't as popular because I just find those a lot more interesting because no one's talking about them. Whereas like the mainstream games like Call of Duty, like no, I don't see anything wrong.
I do
with
make
them,
an
like,
exception.
gameplay-wise, but
Games like Pokemon, the new Pokemon, I will get into that and play that.
Yeah, but when it comes to like those mainstream games, people tend to talk about them so much that I felt like that I've been in the game with just how much as people talked about it.
Anyway, I wonder why they called a school meeting. I bet it's about that girl that jumped the other day. They don't have to tell us that not to commit suicide.
Oh no, Luke.
There was that weird calling card too, so
I'll ever say that? It's Lucas. I totally see that.
Just to answer that, his channel's called Aussie Gamers TV. His username is Aussie Gamers TV. But when you watch his channel, he says, "Hi, I'm Lucas." So it's not like he's keeping his name a secret. You can say.
Yeah. It's like how my brand is Emerald Rangers and my name is Retrokaiser. Same diff.
It's not on your birth certificate.
Not that you know of.
Imagine when you're born, I'm going to make this guy a retro gamer. There's definitely no secret. He has it on his shirt, damn it.
But I definitely see his points with games like this can bore him. I'm like, yeah, because a lot of these RPGs can be a little bit of a slow burn, and
I'd change it if I could. What do you mean you change? Lucas is a good name. I like, and especially the way you say it. Lucas. If you had another name, Barry, it doesn't sound as good. Barry.
Constantine.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it Con? Yeah. I'd change it if I could. I like how he says that. No, I wouldn't change Aussie Gamers TV to Lucas or something like that. No, I would change it to Lucas or something. Oh, right. Can't you change your Twitch name? You can. You break too many things in the background, though. You can't change your name. Once you've got your name, that's it. What is it with these companies not letting you be flexible with your own user account? That's pretty dumb. Let's continue on. We've been staring at this assembly screen for so long.
Oh, I never had standing assemblies as a kid. They were always sit down, which arguably much worse because you can't sit down on the floor for that long. Your knees would just give out on you.
We used to do stand-up assemblies out in the sun, and I remember one assembly went for so long, the guy in front of me just dropped. Like, he fainted. What the
I've seen that on Australia's Funniest Home Videos.
You're an idiot. You can change the upper and lower case, but not the letters. That's just so dumb. All right.
Let's begin this school-wide morning assembly. As you all know, a tragic event took place
He looks like Mr. Potato Head.
Thomas, you're a very youthful engine. He kind of looks like the principal from Back to the Future, but a lot fatter.
Oh, yeah.
Slackers!
The art style in this is really cool.
So it looks a little bit like Kingpin from the Spider-Man series.
Wait up. He's talking. We gotta hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kamoshida.
Mr. Kamoshida, what's the...
I have been reborn.
Could you imagine your school teacher just breaks into a school assembly, everyone turns around and they just say, "I've been reborn." The fuck? Lucas is saying, I tried to play Monster Hunter Rise and that killed me too. I just can't play JRPGs. The closest I've come to them is Pokemon and Ni no Kuni. What would you say is a game, a JRPG that would be a good entry point besides Pokemon?
Besides Pokemon,
Because I know everyone goes, oh, Pokemon. Because I think Pokemon's actually a really bad example of getting into JRPGs, personally.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not a JRPG. It teaches you the basics, but if you play any other JRPG besides Pokemon, it's nothing like Pokemon.
Final Fantasy VII's a good one.
Yeah,
maybe Final Fantasy VI as well, but VII's definitely a good one.
That is Pokemon,
what else?
Yeah, and Lucas agrees. He says Pokemon isn't really a JRPG, which is kind of why I didn't like. Have you played the new one, Lucas? The new Switch game, Legend Arceus. It's actually good. I don't mind it. The only thing I've got against that game though is that it really holds your hand at the start with all the dialogue, like ridiculous amount of dialogue. I have not played the new Pokemon. It is good. I actually played it on a stream. I'm not sure if you watched that one before Retro, but I didn't mind it. It was actually pretty cool. But just the dialogue killed me for that one.
But the brilliant thing about RPGs is they're all there's a lot of them in different styles as well, so you might just be playing the wrong style of RPG.
Yeah.
If you like something that's a bit more cerebral, play something like strategy RPGs, like the Landgrisses, the
Final Fantasy Tactics, yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Shining Force, go right back to that.
Shining Force and Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Fire Emblem actually might be a good one to get into.
Funny enough, the NES one that's...
Hang on, Major Story Pilot. Oh yeah, the NES one, which was available for a limited time only on Switch. I don't know why they did that. No way, man. That is absolutely not what I would play. Okay. I hate turn-based combats too. Geez, you're a strange person, you are. But having said that, turn-based games are dying. There's definitely a segment of the community that likes them, but there's another section that are just moving the hell away from them. Oh, he loved Ni no Kuni. Okay. The art style in that was really cool. Anyway, there's a major plot here just unraveling, so just give me a second while I let this play out.
Huh? What's wrong with Mr. Kamoshida? What's this about?
Did the volleyball
How come she's only allowed to wear red?
I have repeatedly done things that were
the crowd.
Unbecoming of a teacher. Is that code for being a dick?
Verbally abusing students, physically abusing my team, and sexually harassing female students.
He's finally admitting it.
I am the reason.
Throw him in jail.
Why Shiho Suzui tried to kill herself.
Damn it, you would say that just as the time that he actually pronounced the name. That we've been trying to work out the pronunciation on.
No, sorry.
Sexual harassment?
Oh, he's doing the big bow.
Why would he
This is not a bow. This is a sobbing shame. On the knees bow.
I thought of this school
I
as
thought
my
of the
own
school
castle.
as my own castle.
There were even students that I
He's not lying there.
sentenced to expulsion simply because I didn't like them.
An asshole. It's said as it's written. Says Aussie Gammas Tiv.
I will, of course, rescind those.
Okay. There's a word I don't use often.
I
I do need to work on my vocabulary. I see some streamers and some YouTubers, and I get envious of their ability to be able to just come out like wordsmiths on the fly. And I guess that's one thing I am really envious of other YouTubers.
I am an arrogant, shallow, and shameful person.
Hey, it is in this frame here, right? You can just wipe out the word Kamoshida and put in there the top letter. Can you see it? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
No. I just... No.
You can't read it?
It's a bit unfair to compare Top Loader to this guy. This guy's a creep.
I'm just being a jerk. I am an arrogant, shallow, and shameful person.
I will.
Just
Oh, I
that
see.
one line, not him in general. Just that one line.
I kill myself for it.
I love you, Toppy.
Did he just say that?
Wait, kill himself?
Mr. Kamoshida is not
Kamoshida,
please get off the stage for now.
Look at this fat guy. Please get off the stage for now.
You're making a fool of yourself, Larry. Get off.
Don't run, you bastard!
I like how thin his arms are.
Still alive, even after all the things that made her want to die. You have no right to run from this.
You're right.
God, Anne's getting stuck in now while she can. Sorry, did I say Anne? I meant Anne. Lady Anne.
I should be punished under the law and atone for my crimes. I did horrible things to Takamaki-san as well, in return for giving Suzui-san...
Suzui. It's Suzui.
Suzui. Okay.
I tried to force her into having
And I like how
relations.
Lucas says it's said how it's spelt. Okay, good one, man. I would not have guessed Suzui. The problem with Japanese spelling, it's not always. It doesn't anyway seem natural to me. Some of the pronunciations.
It's like how Oscar is also it's spelled Asuka.
Yeah.
Like that.
And also, it's not just about the pronunciations, but the emphasis on the syllables is all wrong for me. Like it's not how I would approach a word. Like if I just saw this guy's name, Kamoshida, I would say like that. And that's actually how it's said, Kamoshida. But her name is spelt with is pronounced with a different emphasis on the syllables. It's Shuji.
As of today.
Shush. I can't even say he's attempted it.
And turn myself
Shuzia.
Shuzui. Shizui.
He's
Shuzui.
resigning. Yes, he's turning himself in. Someone please call the police.
Someone.
The police?
Is he for real? He's gonna
Wow.
get arrested?
Wow.
This morning's assembly is over. Return to your classes immediately.
Shuzui. Yeah. So why don't they spell it Shuzui?
Right now, I'm just getting a crazy idea of like a whole zoo just dedicated to shoes.
Does this mean the Phantom Thieves thing was for real?
And now we got the stinky Adidas
Was something done to
exhibition.
Kamoshida?
Okay, think about it for a second. If you were going to a high school and there was a dodge teacher that everyone idled and someone posted up a thing calling themselves the Phantom Thieves and they came up with red cards just to make it like super stand out that something big is happening, and they called this guy out, you're a scumbag, we're going to call you out and we're going to bring you down. And then the next day the teacher grovels and apologizes and asks to be forgiven. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be sick.
That'd be weird.
And it'd be like, who the fuck are these masked thieves? Who the hell's that? What do they do?
Come on, there's no way you could steal someone's heart.
But why else would he start saying things like he'll kill
Yeah,
himself?
so now
or turn
they're gossiping about who are these people? How do they do it? They said they're going to steal his heart and now he turns himself in. What the hell?
Maybe because it almost got leaked. Don't they go easier on you if you turn yourself in?
I wonder what happened. Who knows? But man, Kamoshida turned out to be one sick
All right,
bastard.
so now they're finally going, oh, he's a sick bastard. It's like, he's been a sick bastard all along. He just had you all fooled, you idiots.
Hey, is this for real?
That reminds me a lot of. That's the most realistic thing about the high school experience. You feel like you're surrounded by idiots all the time.
Oh yeah. Not that I felt like I was above them, but I felt like I was above the shit that they were doing. Seems like it. His heart really did change, but was it really for the best?
Really for the...
I think so. Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
But
things are happening way too
they're
fast.
actually saying the dialogue. I can hardly hear it. What?
Huh? What the... Takamaki-san, I'm sorry.
Huh?
We all knew. But we
Oh,
pretended
now they
we
come
didn't.
forward and apologize. It's like, well, where were you before?
Takamaki-san, I had you all wrong. I'm sorry that I spread rumors about you.
So what's on the next stream?
I'm continuing the adventures of Sonic Unleashed. Perhaps the most, if not the most. I just said the same bloody
Yeah, you
thing
did.
twice,
You just
didn't
said
I?
if not the most, but the most.
Yes, the most misunderstood Sonic game of all time, Sonic Unleashed.
I thought you were going to say Sonic 06.
Fuck that game.
Are you playing it on an X? No, hang on. Are you playing it with the revamped refresh rate or?
I'm just playing it via the Xbox.
360.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Xbox One. It was on sale as part of the
okay.
really good backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
so
so
that
what I'm
happened
trying to
later.
get at is, did the Xbox One revamp the refresh rate to 60 frames per second, or is that just the Series X that does it?
No idea. They certainly didn't refresh the bloody graphics. They're all jaggy as all shit on this system.
Okay.
So I've got my doubts about that. I know for Lost Worlds they did, but for Sonic Unleashed they said that they did, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm sure there's a ton of people who want to apologize to you. We're so sorry. No.
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
If this happened to me, I'd probably just punch the student.
Scrag fight.
Besides, that's all in the past now.
Hey, you there! Return to class
Teacher in
at
suit
once.
is a douchebag. Just saying.
Well, see you later then.
Teacher in a suit. Isn't that a name of some famous YouTuber?
Excuse me. Hang on. What was the last donator name? Old man's ballsack.
Dangle, 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 dangle.
Isn't that weird? It's just been sitting there all that time. Old man ballsack, last donated $1.
I'm sorry, I don't tend to look down there, so I wouldn't have noticed.
Kamoshida ain't the only one that had a change of heart. Man, I'm glad for you.
How long does it take before COVID actually kicks in? Aussie Gamers TV is saying, when do we get to see you playing God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn? I might play it after I finish getting through this, so it would be something a little bit more fast-paced.
Good choices, Lucas.
My thing doesn't really
No,
matter.
I actually came out and said that they're the games that I want to play on. I went to his stream and said that this year they're games that I want to play, and also the Uncharted. Is that what they call it? Yeah. I started playing Uncharted and I just got halfway through and got bored. I might.
No,
get
the
to that
first
time.
one does that. Plays. Oh,
No, I want to play them in order. I want to play them in
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, but the first one does have that effect. The second one onwards does not. They're really quite good from that point onwards.
Okay.
Like the first one, it's okay, but it is a little bit generic action. Like it only plants the seeds of what the series will eventually bloom into. But from the second one onwards, it takes more advantage of what you actually wanted from the game.
Pfizer is spot on, says AGTV.
This was an A+ job.
And we were lucky enough we didn't get messed up as well. This is an A+ job.
Does this mean that they won't have a mental shutdown even if their palace disappears?
We
I
need to
see.
persuade the shadow without killing
So
it,
we
and
need
then
to
send it
persuade
back to
the
its real
shadow
self.
without killing it. Our targets won't undergo a cognitive collapse if we do that.
My takeaway from this game is I just want to be able to have a backpack where I can take my cat wherever I want to go. That'd be cool. Actually, that'd be freaking cool.
I see people do that with chihuahuas. Why not
Yeah.
cats?
Yeah.
That works for me.
Do you have to be
But then
so
again,
loud?
cats are not chihuahuas. I suppose you can do that with certain breeds of cats. I know when I had Siamese cats, they liked being taken out for walks, like that nearly sounded like being taken out for walks like doggy style. But no, that sounds completely wrong. They like to be taken for a walk like a dog.
I knew what you meant when you first said it. You didn't have to go into detail with that. You always go on tangents, man.
I'm thinking 100 things at once, that's my problem, and I'm trying to get them all out and can't just stick to the one damn
They're
thing.
all lewd and weird. Game Boy Brian's lurking in the chat.
Oof. Not very nice.
She told me she was sorry. Looks like she found out that I was flirting with Kamoshida.
I like
for
that
her
guy's
sake.
yellow shirt.
Here I was.
She was flirting with the teacher to try and get the attention away from the other girl. So, okay. What a messed up situation.
Mm-hmm.
Kamoshida's at fault for all this.
I know. Shiho's mom is thinking of transferring her to another school.
I'm
after
pretty
she had-
sure, right? If you were the mum of a student that tried to kill herself for one of the teachers at that school, you would transfer the kid. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm,
That's
get
be
them
like
a-
number one. Getting
get
that
them
kid
a-
out of there.
Yep.
The whole sexual harassment and attempted suicide.
But this is an RPG, so they have to exaggerate the
like
logic. It's
Shiho
just a
had the
slight
same
little
idea,
bit.
too.
For the sake of entertainment.
It's gonna get lonely.
But I think it's for the best. I'm sure it'll be hard if she
Imagine
stays
having
here.
this serious conversation when you just got a cat sitting on the table just staring at you.
It's a talking cat. Come on.
I've always wanted a talking
to
cat
change
ever since
too.
I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I'm like, how did they get that cat to talk?
You could hold yourself back against Kamoshida's shadow.
Hey, did you know how they used to get Mr. Ed to talk, the horse?
Yes, Wilbur.
And?
What was that? You were asking?
Do you
what
know
was
how
it?
they made the horse move its lips in real life?
Oh yeah, they put a wire in a little thin wire and
No,
just
they
made it.
did not. It was a real horse, and they used to just give it peanut butter, and it used to be like trying to get it off its lips, and that's how they recorded that. I'm not sure if peanut butter is great for the horse's diet, but the horse didn't seem to mind. At least it isn't Cameron being a troll to you, Emerald. Seriously, he was being a jerk last stream. Yeah, I gotta agree. I thought that was annoying.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that too. Is sort of being a bit settle down, Cameron. Settle down.
Yeah, especially when I got like 30 odd people watching and he's just in the comments being a dick. Like I was very tempted to right click boot him.
Trying to fart all the time.
It wasn't like that. I just wanted Kamoshida to apologize
Yeah,
himself.
it's a bit disruptive that time.
Lady On.
No matter how much
No
of a
matter how
shitbag
much
he
of a
was,
shitbag he was, I love that line.
bad aftertaste, huh?
Huh? That's not it. I think revenge is better served if I make him repent. Realizing what he's done, he'll grovel for
I
forgiveness the rest
don't
of his
know.
life.
Seeing your enemies
you know?
perish kind of makes you feel good
I
on
just
the
believe
inside.
There are fates
Seeing your
worse than-
enemies what?
Perish makes you feel good on the inside.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Anyways, that's all settled. But you know, there was one more
The
thing
voice
I was
acting in
wondering
this is
about
really
the
good.
castle. Why was Kamoshida the only one who had that metaverse thing?
It isn't necessarily limited to him. It's something anyone could have if their heart became warped from their
So
desires.
this now opens up the game to having other people to have to deal with.
Want to check it out?
Not right now. We better lay low for a while. People are still gonna be talking about Kamoshida. Then again, it's totally impossible
Yeah,
for
I think
someone
this
to
is
find
the
out
wrong
what
game
we
to
did at
be
his palace.
streaming while having a chat. It's just probably
So much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, you need something a little bit more action focused, like a God of War or a Horizon Zero Dawn.
Stuff like you got together and threatened Kamoshida with something close to physical violence.
Heck, I can argue that there's a genre that's even worse than this
People aren't
for
going to
talking over
easily
games,
believe
and
that
that is
phantom
racing.
beings really exist.
Because you're so focused on not crashing, you forget to talk.
Marble racing? No, I know what you meant. I was trying to get a stream set up with marble racing. I wanted to be able to have guys be able to put their marble into the race and then race, but I never found a marble race app that I was satisfied and happy with, so I just abandoned it.
Should have just stuck with playing Marble Madness, mate.
Yeah, not quite what I was interested in. I don't know why Marble Madness didn't take advantage, like whoever's got the IP to that, and form one of those games on stream. Marble Madness, the new chapter or something, the next generation.
Calling card's being treated like it was a prank by someone who
Super
knew what
Marble
Kamoshida was
Madness.
doing.
Yeah, Turbo Marble Madness.
Makes sense. We're the ones who did it, and I still don't completely believe it myself.
Let's wait for things to settle
There's
down
a
for
lot
the
of
time
dialogue
being.
in it, isn't it?
Anyways, let's check how much this metal can be sold for. It'd
There
be
was
better
this
if we
one
put it
game, I
off
forget what it
ASAP.
was. I think it may have been one of the Metal Gear games. There was a cutscene that went for so long, like English people, English, went for so long that I had time to put my dinner in the oven,
That time
wait
in
for it
middle
to cook,
school,
finish.
you so
Oh no,
much.
wait, it was one of the Yakuza games. I think it was Yakuza 3. I had time. No, what was it? It was one of the Yakuza games. I forget which ones because I was playing them all one by one at the time, so they all sort of like blur together. But there's a cutscene that was so long that I had time to not only put my dinner in the oven, there was enough time to let it cook, and enough time to let me eat it, finish it, and then the cutscene finished.
I mean,
And it wasn't even the final one either. It was like right in the middle of the game.
I agree on
Alright,
laying
so it looks like it's just winding down now for the next chapter, which is really
Mhm.
annoying how much dialogue there is actually in this part, to be
It
honest.
would be nonsense not to celebrate a successful mission.
I'm glad
Yeah.
it's been voiced though, but that also makes it
Something fun.
weirder because I'm just sitting here hoping that everyone's watching and can hear it.
Yeah, how long does it really take to say, oh, we did a good job at stopping him? Yeah, yes it did.
I remember in the old days you'd watch, I don't know, Leave It to Beaver or something, and then, well, what did you learn from today's little outing, Jimmy? And that would be it. I learned never to talk to strangers ever again. Darn right, that's right. And then it would cut the credits.
Hey, wait! Nah, I guess
Somewhere
it's
I
fine.
want to go then.
There's somewhere I want.
Where's that?
It's a place Shiho
Oh,
and
we're
I
gonna
have
go
been
on a
wanting to go
holiday.
for a while.
I owe money.
Beef special.
So I can't complain. You good with that?
Fine by me. I want ramen. Who we should save the money? I want ramen.
We can eat something like that whenever we want.
I'll leave it to your discretion
We
as
should
well.
save the
Lady
money.
Yarn.
No, we need to celebrate.
I'll
Yeah.
call and check the prices later then.
Okay, everybody to the pub.
Should we go? Want to do it
I'm
soon?
gonna talk just a bit before I wrap the stream up about my arcade and getting it converted. I've managed to track down the part that I need to get an HDMI output on it. Really annoying that it doesn't have an HDMI input. Like from the start, you have to buy it and wire it in. So that's going to cost $50.
Or possibly more if you don't do it correctly.
$50. Oh right, if I don't buy it now, it'll go up. Yeah. So $50.
No, I mean if you mess up and have to buy another one.
No, it's just you unplug it, you plug it in. There's nothing to mess up.
Okay.
Getting it, you got to get Velcro tape to put it into place. I wish there was a better way of doing it. What the fuck?
That was Velcro.
That's not how Velcro sounds, man. It's more like. Anyway, so I'm gonna get Velcro and hold it into place. I got to be careful because the Game Boy Brian's kicked in with a question just as I'm about explaining this. Okay, Macca's or KFC? I haven't updated it.
I haven't updated my answer either. My answer's still Macca's because of the sausage and egg McMuffin. Mmm.
KFC, Colonel Tower.
Next.
So I got to buy that. I got to buy a new an arcade stick for it too because the buttons on this are not great. But more importantly, the new arcade stick will have they'll remove the power switch and the volume switch and replace it with actual start buttons to be able to select games as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part is the PC itself. So I've got to get the controllers somehow connected to the PC so it detects the buttons. That's another 2 circuit boards I've got to buy. And once I've done that, also a subwoofer speaker for it. And a lit up marquee. Now I'm actually thinking of getting, just to complicate things, this is last on the list, an LED TV screen at the top that actually displays the marquee.
Ah, that sounds awesome.
Why don't we go on the last day of the holidays? It'll help energize us when school life starts up again the day after.
The 5th on Children's Day. Why is there such a thing as Children's Day?
So, who's going to sell this?
I don't know.
Leave that to us.
I guess
We
the
know a
kids
store
need
that'll
a
buy
holiday as
anything.
well.
Don't
Isn't that just Christmas? Children's Day?
Yeah, that's what we call it. Toy Day.
Mhm. Family gift day.
So we're selling the medal to have a holiday. We're selling his gold medal to have a holiday. I think after all he's done that, is that gold medal real? When did we get inside his palace?
You can probably only get like $2 from it from a thrift shop. Not from thrift
It's
shop,
just
you
a
won't get anything at
byproduct
all.
of his cognition. The real medal should still be in his possession. It's a fake. What? You're telling me Kamoshida still got the medal? Who cares? What matters is that we've changed his heart. Anyway, if we had taken the real thing, that would be stealing. I don't think he'll be
Wait,
proud of that
Phantom Thieves complaining about no, that would be stealing. Phantom Thieves complaining that no, that would be stealing.
You're missing the whole point. Yes, they're thieves, but they're stealing hearts.
Ooh, that sounds much more
deep. You let go of stuff pretty easy, huh? Want to forget about my debt? That's different. 500 yen is a lot of money from a middle schooler. You know. $5 for a middle schooler. Yeah, okay.
No, that wasn't much. 15 on the other hand, yes. 5, no.
Do you even still have that dolphin anyway? What? What are you talking about? Stop digging that up. Back in the middle school, we went on a field trip to the aquarium, but Ryuji had to spend all of his money on a souvenir, so I lent him some money for the train fare. Oh, I said I was sorry. That was for my mum. Well, I guess I can call it even after all we've been through. Thank you. Anyways, I don't gotta worry about selling that medal off if it's a fake. End of story.
Yes.
Kamoshida, never be proud of that once in a lifetime medal ever again.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You can actually use it as an equipped item that does absolutely nothing but look cool on you.
Depending on how you look at it, that punishment might even be worse than death for him. It'd be nice to have so much time off starting tomorrow. For me, it just means more customers and even more work. And more money, you douchebag. You're getting money. What's this magazine? Crossword puzzles. I suppose they're a good way to challenge your mind. We can do crossword puzzles now. Prove our knowledge.
Thrilling. Riveting.
I know, right?
Yeah. Stop it. Get some help.
Why are you telling us to stop it? Stop it for what? So, that's what you're looking at, huh? I see. I'm about to head home, so don't play around with those puzzles for too long, alright? What? It's telling me how long to take on puzzles?
Wow.
This page is coffee and cafe section. Oh wow, we're actually doing real puzzles here.
Here we go. No
Type
cheating.
of coffee bean, blue. Do we have a timer? No. Okay. Type of coffee bean, blue.
Blue coffee bean.
No. I know type of video, blue. Porno. Type.
Blue da da dee doo doo die.
Crossword.
No, it's not a Java bean because, well, there's too many letters to fill there. And I'm pretty sure Java is affiliated with Orange.
Mountain. Oh, Blue Mountain. Okay. guessed it. And I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see how it is. It's blue.
Sorry, can I finish my sentence? I was going to say, I don't remember at any point that they gave you the clue today.
No. Just as complicated as real life crosswords. So, yeah, the clue.
Sorry, my audio's bad. Okay, now I'm back again.
Okay, so yeah, gone by blue mountain coffee bean. Okay.
Blue Mountain coffee beans come from the highest mountain peak in the country of Jamaica. The blue in Blue Mountains is due to terpene, the volatile organic compound that refracts sunlight.
Jamaica has mountains? Huh.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was
But
just,
they're not
you
high,
know...
like, they're just mountain sides where they grow the coffee on.
Yeah, because I would have pictured
What
just
the
being
hell is
more
this
like
now?
tropical islands.
Lucas is really confused.
It's okay, buddy, so am I. Oh, Morgana looks so cute in that
Maybe got a
bag.
bit smarter after solving that crossword. So you do little activities to boost your stats in the game. And this is one of those. So we're still oblivious. Oh, since his knowledge has improved, but we still haven't ranked up. We
Maybe
really
another
spend
one
this
would
much
help.
time doing a crossword, it's late, we better sleep. So only going to do one word at a time. That's kind of annoying.
Daily
They really
crossword.
dragged that out.
Mm-hmm.
I had Tommy Rodonicus, who's a famous Australian rugby league player who's now passed away. He was renting a car from us, and we had to tell him, sorry, but your car's going to be about 15 minutes. Can you wait? And he goes, yeah, no worries, mate. Pulls out from his back pocket a crossword puzzle and starts doing it in front of me. I'm like, I've never seen another customer do that before. This guy knows how to kill time.
Well, he probably travels a lot, so he would know what to do.
Yeah, there's that. You don't have plans, do you? Come help me out instead of sleeping your life away. We do owe it to him. We'll just have to wait and hurry up. Hurry down and help him out. Great. What does this old guy want? Is this criminal sim? What is this? Slave sim? So, I kind of pressured you into doing this. He's apologizing to us. This douchebag is actually trying to develop a bit of a personality. Newcaster, and now to our next topic. Fall from grace.
Yeah, man. Look at those bongs.
Oh, bongs, you idiot. Oh, I've never seen coffee brewed like that before. I would go to a coffee shop if they did that. That would be cool. They actually had Bunsen burners or something lighting up the coffee and boiling it away.
That's giving me an idea to buy a Bunsen burner and just put my teapot on it.
And now to our next topic, Fall from Grace, the story of dishonored Olympic medalist. Just recently, a high school coach admitted to his school that he had been perpetually abusing students. Given his prior Olympic achievements, this has caused quite a stir. What caused this habitual offender to suddenly confess these heinous crimes to his entire school? The police are hoping- Heinous.
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 I don't know English, all right? The police are hoping that the upcoming interrogations will bring light to this question. Isn't this... My friends would come back from practice with bruises all the time.
Oh, Game Boy Brian says, my dad heard your voice,
shut up.
And I sound like Inspector Clouseau from Pink Panther. I'm about as clumsy as him too, Game Boy Bryant.
Shut up. My friends would come back from practice with bruises all the time. It was scary, but now I'm relieved that the abuse is finally going to end now. He would touch me and stuff all the time. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that sexual harassment anymore. God, I've never seen a TV crew interview a student about something like this. I don't think that they would, in the West, that they would go that far.
And even then on actual TV, it's a lot more, not like this. This is incredibly casual for them doing, like, when I've seen stuff like in interviews, of like their faces are like not just like a bit more well hidden than that, not just like, oh, you just see the body. No, like they completely hide them as much as possible. They change their voice so no one will recognize them. And if you do see any signs of them, they will blur them out. Well, this
is your school, isn't it? Seems like it. Jeez. Things might be getting turbulent at school, but you need to just keep your head down, alright? More importantly, keep those hands moving. I've got some more stuff I need you to do. This guy's a douchebag!
Game Boy Brian says, I know in the cartoon he got beat up. Or are you trying to insinuate something?
No. In the no, what? No, in this game, the kids got beaten up.
Oh, okay.
The chief really worked us hard. Oh, the phone's going off. Does your phone go PP when it rings? Because according to this, the phone when it vibrates goes PP.
A vibrating pee-pee, huh?
Did you see
wait!
it?
Oh.
It was on the news. No way the school's going to be able to play dumb after that. I saw it too. Shit, whose name came up didn't come up, right? No, not that I saw, but bet they wanted to keep that part quiet. I'm so glad. It's finally over then. All we got to do now is eat up some tasty shit and put all this crap behind us. Why does it always come back to shit? I'm totally looking forward to this celebration party. I'll try
Why
not
does
to
he
let
think
you
it's
guys
tasty?
down. Okay, I'm not going to touch that. Not touching that shit. Alright, all we need to do is sell the gold medal tomorrow. Even if the chief wants your help, I'm pretty sure you can turn him down. We're going to turn him down. Yay! And that should be just about the end for today's session.
Time to insert disc 2.
We don't do that in this era.
No.
Have you noticed that there's no multi-disc games anymore?
Thank goodness for that too.
Make sure to do the dishes. I can't right now.
Don't
I didn't get cocky with you, you dick.
Oh god, imagine the latest Call of Duty game being released on floppy. Imagine how many floppies it will take to install that shit.
Am I interrupting something? Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh,
Hey,
she's
it's the
actually
paper.
talking. It's the
Paper Fin Woman.
Yeah.
Paper Fin Woman.
Subway the other day still has not been found.
She's a newscaster. Oh no. Oh my god, it's the actual TV kicking in. Okay, sorry. The cause of the runaway train incident on the subway the other day still has not been found.
Police are hurrying to solve the matter as it may relate to the rise in psychotic breakdown incidents.
Oh, is that the thing everyone's been talking about?
Doesn't it make you curious? People who were living normal lives suddenly went mad or deranged out of the blue. Not to mention that it's happening one after another. Could they really
Isn't it
be
weird that this chick just comes in out of the random and starts talking like this to the coffee dude?
Nothing surprises me with this game anymore. I mean,
I'll
you
have
did
the house
fight a
blend,
penis, so there's that. Then you jumped on a few
was a
giant
hard
butts.
battle.
It came and went way too quickly.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist.
That's exactly the case.
Are you a high school student? Where do you attend? Oh, someone I know goes there as well. A teacher named Kamoshida confessed his crimes like he was a completely different person, supposedly. And it happened all
How
of a
come
sudden.
it is that this chick just walks in randomly?
Can a person's mental state change so
I'm just
easily?
wanting to get to the bit where I can save. God damn it.
Is my drink ready yet?
Coming right up.
Coming right up. And he's gonna mosey on out of there.
Do you remember I'm sounding old here, but do you remember the days where you want to beat a game, but you had to go out for the day, so you just leave the damn console on all day and then hope?
Do that a lot. There was probably 1 or 2 times where I did do it, but I would try to get the game saved. But a lot of games that I played didn't have batteries back up anyway, so I just had to turn it off and give up and start again.
Yeah, there was a case with me for one wrestling game for the 64. It was one of the few games that had a save option, but you needed the actual memory card to save on too, which just twisted my nuts the wrong way when I saw shit like that.
I don't want to picture that. We're just gonna move along now. Yeah, exactly right.
But
Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to wrap things up. I'm starving. I'll be back again on Tuesday, finishing off, continuing on, I should say, this game. Ignore Aussie Gamers TV with him questioning if this game is addictive or not. It is. It's just not for everyone. I don't know. Did you play Personas, any of them?
No, I've been meaning to. I've been meaning to actually play the first one this year, but I don't know whether or not to play that.
I think this game, and this is what bugs me about this game, it suits portable gameplay better than on a console like a PlayStation 5. Because having this on the Vita was just ideal. I'd do a quick stint on my way to work and back, and that was the perfect balance of just doing a quick dungeon crawl session and then just saving and going back to it at the end of the day. Game Boy Brian says, I'll be honest, this game may not be my cup of tea. It gets better because the storyline gets all weird and twisted. So that's what I like about it. However, having said that, there's a game there's over on my right there saying Lost Judgment. That's probably more inclined to today's audience. Although Persona 5 sold really well, especially in Japan. So, and they went to the effort of translating this, and it's so well known about that even top YouTubers who don't traditionally talk about video games mention it in their streams sometimes or in their chats. So, you know, it probably did well enough to get on the mainstream radar. Is this something that you would want to play?
Pardon, in what, general or in the series?
Like, is this like Persona 5? Forget about 4, 3, and all the rest of them. Would Persona 5 be a game that you would be interested in, or you don't care?
Hell yeah! I like my RPGs, and this is definitely right up my alley. Although I would say, compared to casual RPGs, the Persona series is more for the hardcore RPG fan.
Yeah.
Despite its mainstream popularity, it is quite a. You need to be a little bit more of a seasoned, bit more familiar with the genre before jumping into this one. Like, you don't dive into this series head first.
But it's not hard. It's definitely holds your hand a little bit. There are difficulty levels you can select, but if you go with just the standard difficulty, it's not that difficult at all. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up. These are the people that made today's stream awesome. We're going to roll credits. I'm glad I'm able to do this now. I'm glad I took the time to set this up. These are the people that's made today's stream awesomer. These are all the good eggs from today's stream. We had a raid from the former puppet master himself, Oda Cookie. Did he say his name?
Oda Cookie!
Oda Cookie! Formerly known as Angry Puppet. But thank you guys for watching. It's funny, I didn't do it like yesterday's stream, even though it was like my successful stream in a long time. There wasn't anyone that I could record as good eggs. No one did any, like, there was a lot of follows and stuff like that, but there was no donations, no nothing like that. It was kind of bizarre.
They probably just didn't want to interrupt the Q&A.
I think that's kind of what it is, and I think that's
being polite.
Yeah, and I think that's why doing the Sin Spacey show for the Nintendo Fest might have been not a great idea. But
Yeah,
I
so
had fun. I'll do something different for next year's stream.
Yeah, because when I watch the show when I'm not a guest, that's how I feel. It's like I want to give them a donation, but I don't want to distract the people with like a big giant like troll name, like Saggy Ballsack donates $1. I don't want to distract them with that while I give them like a big intelligent answer.
All right, gotta wrap things up. Thank you guys. See you next Tuesday night, and in the meantime, happy gaming. Bye now.